here we got two guys that I really enjoy their content, and I got Ango and fucking BC Amplified in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, what is going on?
What's happening? What a crossover! It's finally happening.
This is something that legitimately came. I'm like, I have to do something. I want to do something different this WrestleMania season, and I wanted to do something with Ango for a little bit. I remember you and I, Ango, were at the first Double or Nothing. We were talking about this fucking YouTube thing and content creation. Man, it's a beautiful thing to see how you've grown and what you're doing on a daily basis. This guy is as consistent as anybody. And then you got BC, who's live after all these shows, right?
What?
Let the fight start. I heard you guys hate each other. Let's do it.
How you doing, huh?
We can't stand each other. We can't stand each other. Meanwhile, nobody knows that this guy was over the house drinking beers on New Year's, and we were drinking beers at the bar.
No. I'm taking shots at you, JD. I'm taking shots at you, buddy.
Bro.
Ridiculous. BC's got his shit going on, live reactions. He's fucking the next day on top of everything. So this is almost like a Mega Powers thing coming together. Gentlemen, it's WrestleMania weekend, and I know you guys are excited about it. Might as well get started with what is your most anticipated thing tonight? Because I know there's going to be a lot of hot topic discussions here because I got a list of shit I want to talk about. What are you looking forward to most? Angle, I'll start with you.
Yeah, right now I'm really looking forward to Cody and Roman. For the last 2 years, we've just seen this really long burn, slow burn storyline. And, I think this is going to be a real big test for Triple H and WWE. And, this is the great reset for WWE, I feel like. So this right here can change absolutely everything for the company. I think this is the match to definitely pay attention to the most.
That's not tonight. Are we talking tonight?
Yeah, Ango, that's tonight. Listen to the rules.
Tonight. Shit, dude.
I mean, WrestleMania in general.
That's listen, I'll tell you guys this much.
What are we looking forward to outside of Roman and Cody? Everybody's looking forward to.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I just want to see, like I said, it's the great reset. So I want to see unpredictability. And with that, I think there's a lot of matches that on paper, they're going to be really good, but don't really matter. It's all about the, it's how they finish, what kind, if there's surprises, debuts, returns, things like that. That's what I'm looking forward to. There's nothing that I'm dead set on. It's just, I want to see how we're actually going to progress post WWE. Because all the excuses that people have made for WWE and Triple H, now's the time for everybody to shut up and watch because it's WrestleMania. He inherited a roster. He inherited a whole bunch of shit. Now we're going to go into 2023 and the SummerSlam, all these big events. This WrestleMania card, everything matters. So, yeah, it's just, there's not one specific thing, but all of these things collectively, the decisions, the surprises, whatever it may be.
BC, what about you? What are you looking forward to most as far as
I'm about to catch heat from the jump. Can I say anything here or no?
Here we go.
Bro, do you know who you're talking to? But anything you want,
this is a PG show.
Let it fly.
I'm in your house right now, man. I'm just trying to play.
I don't give a shit, man. You know me. Let it fly. Whatever you want.
All right, I'm flipping the script a little. It's not really what I'm looking forward to, honestly, is what should not happen tonight. Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley should not be in the main event. That is a damn shame. It is absolutely ludicrous to think that because Rhea won a Royal Rumble, Charlotte Flair deserves to be in a main event. That is bullshit to the highest degree, because if you look at the top merch sellers, Charlotte has never been in the top 10, not the top 5. She's not the top 6. Bayley is at the number 6 spot. Number 5 is Bianca Belair. Where's Charlie? That's number 1. Look at the latest metrics. She is down 18% since her return. And you're telling me that we're going to sit through a rematch of 3 years ago when it's a less storyline? That is bullshit. That Sami Zayn was asked on Thursday night by Ariel Helwani. Thursday night, do you know if you're going to be the main event? And you know what Sami Zayn had to say? I probably should know that, shouldn't I? I don't have a clue, and I'm being honest with you. That is a damn shame. The best storyline in the business with the Bloodline and Sami and Owens cannot get a main event on night 1 with, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, 620 plus days of a title reign with the Usos.
Yeah.
And Charlotte comes back 3 months ago, wins the title on night 1. Wins the title on night 1, JD, from New York. Night 1. She wins the title and she's in the main event.
Bro, BC, listen.
That's all I got to say. Thank you, guys.
I'll let you get next.
No, I'm done. I'm sorry.
BC, you know what I said? And I caught heat for this because, obviously I got guys like Conrad Thompson following me and his connections to the Flair family. Man, my Flair hatred on social media is unfiltered, man. I don't give a fuck because I see right through it. I said, and I made a whole segment on Off the Script about this a few weeks ago. How many fucking people, how many men, because Ryan Satin didn't fucking call it out, And he's like, oh, yeah, whatever you say, Charlotte.
He's a fucking groundhog. He pops out from the ground whenever he wants to.
Fucking cocksucker. Number one, he did not show any historical or historian value to the discussion. How many men have won the Royal Rumble and never main evented WrestleMania? AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura come to mind immediately since that was a big hyped match. They didn't main event, and Shinsuke won the Royal Rumble. How many times before that? And I said the reason why Charlotte wanted to main event is because she wanted to be the second woman ever to do it over Bianca and over Becky Lynch. That's the only reason why she did it, and she wanted to politic her way there. And I fucking hate that. I hate that.
I will up you on that one. The thing is, so it's not about Charlotte shouldn't be or shouldn't be in the main event because she's Charlotte. The thing is, if they wanted Charlotte and Rhea to be in the main event, they should have gave us a main event worthy build. They don't give a shit about them being in the main event. So why should we?
No, BC is correct. The build for the Bloodline is what is in the main event. It's a year.
Yes.
Charlotte and Rhea Ripley, what is it, 3 weeks? And what did they do? Oh, a little brawl on Monday Night Raw. Fuck
Who
that.
gives a shit?
That's it. 3 years ago, Charlotte was going to NXT and taking out Rhea Ripley at the Performance Center. Yeah. What do we get this year? This year, Charlotte Flair has to beg the fans to let her finish the promo. Please, are you seriously wanting me? Please, let me finish, guys. It's important. Is that really what we're gonna main event Mania with? Come on, like this isn't even shade to Ashley Flair. She's a sweetheart, best in life. Charlotte Flair should not be in a main event. We all know that. As wrestling fans, we know that. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and the Bloodline.
BC, I know you're a huge Bianca fan. If Bianca was wrestling Charlotte this year, that was rumored. Would that be a main event match that you want to see?
Negative. It would still have to be the tag team. If we're in the same scenario, it would have to be the tag team title match because you have 3 main reasons. Number one, it's going to be one of the matches of the weekend. Number two, it's a 620-day title reign, which means finally the tag team division is somewhat relevant. At least the titles are a little bit more prestigious. And number three, it's the best storyline. I can't give you one factor that would be Rhea and Charlie.
Yeah, they would need to provide a better build. The moment that Charlotte came back and won that title right away, immediately told us that her WrestleMania build was going to be shit because whatever story they came up with was going to mean nothing because she shouldn't even be champion.
That is correct, Jesse. Correct.
Charlotte's part of it is just fucking lackluster, man. If you with Ronda was lackluster, if you with Becky was lackluster, nothing that the woman does brings any sense of importance at all. Meanwhile, they all want to hype 14 title reigns. I don't give a fuck. You lost it 13 times before that. You're not great at all. I take Bianca Belair 8 days out of 7 over Charlotte Flair. Give me a break.
8 years, no connection with the crowd. Is that not sad to you? 8 years, there's not a 3 months it took for people to boo her. 3 months it took for people to boo her.
Keep this in mind. Right now, she's supposed to be a babyface.
That's what I'm saying. And it took 3 months for people that 60 seconds into the promo, they were wanting her. 3 minutes, they were booing her out of the building.
Wait, you mean, BC, you didn't like her cashing in the Charlotte in the Bank contract to win the title?
Oh, bro, it was the time of my life. I had confetti balloons. I put up all the Liv Morgan fucking posters. Oh, yeah.
He texted me. I stopped watching SmackDown. This guy texted me and said, hey, Charlotte's the new women's champion. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about,
man? You didn't see it?
No, I wasn't watching it.
No, he wasn't watching.
You were blessed, my man. You had an angel on your shoulder.
I was not watching it.
I wanted to put my dome piece to a brick wall. Every brick wall here in New York City. I assure you. Nobody should have to suffer that 8 years, man. Joe Anoa'i walked into Vince McMahon's office one day when he came back, and he said, I can't do this anymore. This Rowan shit is done. 3 meetings later, he and Paul Heyman walked into Vince's office with a nice plan. And Vince finally fucking bought into it. And here we have with a fucking tribal chief that is worth a damn.
God.
Charlie, they won't switch a thing. You know how many face heel turns they've had, guys? 12. They have turned Charlie Flair, and she does it so naturally because she doesn't even know what she is. She's been ruined so much by booking.
She doesn't know.
So 12 times she's been a face and a heel. What the fuck are you? And you're going to be our main event?
Yeah.
You're going to be our main event. Beautiful.
Meanwhile, I want you guys to know that we haven't said one negative thing about Rhea Ripley. I actually love Rhea. I think she's fucking great.
No, it's a shame that she even has to be in this.
Yes.
You know what this really comes down? Hold on, really quick. You know what this comes down to, though? Whoever made the decision to have Rhea Ripley choose Charlotte, that's the issue here. Because Vince, Triple H, Bruce, I don't really give a shit who picked it. Whoever picked it, they're responsible for making this mistake. Because anybody who has watched WWE in the last several years knows that Charlotte's been forced down everybody's throats, just like Roman Reigns. And the cool thing is, Charlotte is in my opinion, I think she actually has the skills and the potential to actually be something great in WWE. Not saying what she's done isn't great, but on paper it is, right? But I'm saying you have a chance to really change Charlotte Flair if you really want to, but they don't. It's the same shtick every time. She's the champion, and that's it.
Exactly.
We could have used this opportunity to do something completely brand new with Charlotte, and they didn't do that. And that was the mistake by putting Rhea Ripley with her, because instead, we could have had Rhea and Bianca. Like, on paper, this match will be fine. They're going to deliver a good freaking, 20-star match, if you want to call it that. I don't give a shit. But in actuality, what I'm seeing here is that the storyline, the purpose, there's nothing there to it. It doesn't matter. And obviously, when you're comparing that storyline to the tag team championship match, there's a difference. People can get behind that. There's nothing to get behind here. That's the reality.
This dynamic probably would not be as bad if Charlotte was a straight up heel bitch like she's supposed to be.
Oh.
And Rhea Ripley was the baby face, because right now she's just as over as a baby face, but her Judgment Day gimmick calls for her to be a heel. So this whole Charlotte match kind of throws the whole thing off.
Well, Jesse, we may actually get that at WrestleMania. I don't think anybody in that arena is going to be cheering for fucking Charlotte to win. I think Rhea Ripley's going in as a heel. She's coming out as a babyface.
Yes, he is.
JD, not to step on your toes, man, but can I ask a question?
Sure.
And this is serious. I'm being serious because we hear that she's the most athletic female in WWE, right?
Yes.
Maybe of all wrestling. Charlotte Flair. Can I just ask a question? How is she any more athletic? In fact, I think she's about 36% less than Naomi. Have you seen what Naomi does at Royal Rumbles, for instance? Naomi matches or highlight reels.
She's great.
What does Charlotte? Let me just correct me
Not
if I'm
even
wrong.
Naomi, BC, Bianca. I mean,
Bianca. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But Naomi, I mean, you've seen some crazy shit from her, and we're talking about a cartwheel from Charlie, a moonsault that never connects, negative 20% on the connection rate, and number 3, every time she tries to do natural selection, it puts people to sleep before the match is even over.
Terrible.
What am I missing that she's more athletic than Naomi? Like, what does she do?
You're not missing anything. Naomi, and this is where BC and I really connect, because I love Naomi, and a lot of people love Naomi. She's been fucked over. I actually booked Naomi if she was going to come back to win the fucking Royal Rumble and beat Charlotte at WrestleMania. That's what should have been. But she didn't want to come. She didn't want to come back, and I don't blame her, because look at the fucking division that she'd be walking into. Nothing's changed since her and Sasha walked out. And by the way, Sasha is better than Charlotte in every sense of the word, too. Sasha's the best female wrestler of all time in WWE.
The best. Say that again, please.
Sasha Banks is the best female wrestler in the history of WWE, bar none.
And you can bank on that shit. For anybody that thinks not, you don't know how to critique wrestling, obviously, man. She checks off every box.
Speaking of, and can we stop calling her Naomi? Her name is fucking Trinity Star.
Trinity Star now. That is true. Yes. Hold on, Jesse. Jesse, hold on. Jesse, I think she's still on the roster page, which means legally she's not disconnected yet. Can somebody check that out, roster page?
I don't know.
No, she confirmed.
With Jake
She
Cargill, I
said
think
that
that's
she's
pretty
not
disconnected
there anymore. So I don't care what.
Right, but
says.
I heard that her date wasn't up, and unless you're taking off the public legal page, she's actually still there, but they're waiting for a date.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'll check later, man. Maybe she's off.
Right. I don't know.
We were talking about how great of an athlete Trinity was. Have we seen? Everyone's seen the picture of her with what's her name, Jade, yesterday.
Yesterday.
They look like stars, man.
Did you?
Jade is a star,
Trinity has slimmed and muscular up. Have you seen it? She looks fucking great.
Incredible. Yep.
She looks fantastic. She
was
way
with
better
Jade?
than the last time we've seen her live.
Listen, man, tell me when I'm telling lies, man. Mercedes and Naomi could legitimately start a whole new women's revolution on their own, doing whatever the fuck they're doing now.
Absolutely.
And
they had to walk away because they've been lied to 8,000 times by the same guy.
And nobody understands that.
Pathetic.
They're
unprofessional. I'm sorry. That's
so we got BC thinking that Charlotte not main eventing is a highlight of WrestleMania. I don't blame him at all for saying that. Angle wants Cody and Roman. Jesse, what are you looking forward to most for the entire weekend?
I think it is going to be Sammy and KO with versus the Usos, even though Sammy and KO have both blocked me on Twitter for whatever fucking reason.
Badges of honor.
I don't know.
I just want that to be known. No, my badge of honor is I'm blocked by Big Show and Michael Cole and JBL. I love that shit. I love
He's
that.
coming, buddy. He's coming back from injury.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm blocked by KO and Sammy, and I don't fucking like it. But nonetheless, I personally think, and just across the board, across all of pro wrestling, I personally think the Usos are probably the best tag team in wrestling right now.
Absolutely.
I'm digging their gimmick.
Yeah.
I dig their fucking style, their in-ring work. I'm loving everything Usos. So KO and Sammy have been working together half their fucking lives. I think this is going to be one of the greatest tag matches we've ever seen in WWE.
Yeah, I actually said this last night when I was doing SmackDown. I don't know if you guys agree. You can chime in. This may be, if not the biggest tag team match in WWE history, the most important tag team match in WWE history, especially at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
100%. Yep.
100%. Yeah,
Nothing's
how can
even
you
close? Am I right? It
No,
won't even be
nothing. I
close.
mean,
how can somebody argue that though?
The tag team title even meant anything.
Exactly.
Well, we were told this a long time. We got Undertaker and Kane versus Rock and Austin.
No,
How can they coexist? You know,
It's not for the titles, though.
Yeah, I think it was for the titles, actually.
All right. Well, I mean, everybody. That's my match too. I mean, just because of the whole story with Sammy and KO, and then I think Jey Uso really needs to start getting his flowers plus some, because what he's done has been incredible. I don't know if you guys have said the same thing on your platforms, but you know, Jey Uso with the whole tease last night and the week before Sami Zayn planting season, Jey Uso said, "Do you guys think?" And I'll start with Angle. Do you think Jey Uso is going to play a factor in the Bloodline story moving forward? Do you see a imminent split of the Bloodline with what's going on because of Sammy planting season? Jey Uso said, and maybe something happens there between Jey and Roman.
Yeah, so I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. I think they can do whatever they want, and it should be pretty good, just seeing how everything's come through so far. But I've been actually saying the last 2 years has been chapter 1, right? It's the rise of the Roman Empire. Now I think WrestleMania is the beginning of chapter 2, which is the fall of Roman Empire. I want to see this become another slow burn. But
there's a supreme X factor in this whole weekend.
Yeah.
Solo Sikoa.
100%. And that is where so I see some sort of involvement, and I think this is where it gets really good, because I think Jey Uso gets involved, but I think tonight's the night where Solo Sikoa really starts to turn the page in the storyline. But now we're going to start getting into some heavy hitting stuff. Regardless if Roman wins or loses, it starts happening tomorrow night, technically. So yeah, this is the big thing with the Bloodline. We're going to see the fall of the Roman Empire. It shouldn't be quick. You know, I don't want to see Roman pack his bags and go to Hollywood just yet. Let's really use this opportunity to build a new star. My fantasy booking has led me to believe that WrestleMania 40 in Philly, Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns in some capacity. Belt or no belt, I don't know. But that's going to be like the new passing of the torch, the future, you know, being put on that stage.
So Angle, you think Roman's losing the title tomorrow night?
No, I actually don't want him to lose. I want him to win. But I believe we're going to see a major crack. He's going to be able to win, but we're going to see a major crack in the storyline, and this is where the downhill starts to really unfold.
BC, I'm sorry, Jesse. Yeah, you go.
I'm sorry, man. I think Roman has 1 foot out of the fucking door, and for the reason being, I think WWE wants to make Roman their new Rock, because they can't get the Rock as much as they will. They can't get the Rock at all when they would like him.
Yeah,
$1,000,000,000%. Yep.
I think they want to make sure they help push Roman into that Hollywood stratosphere, get him on that part-time schedule, and then bring him back for the big shows and have him the way they used to have the Rock 10, 15 years ago. You know?
Yep.
Well, that could happen, right? With Solo Sikoa. Like, this doesn't have to be Roman on TV every week. You can do the major crack, split everything, right? The foot's already out the door. 1 foot's out the door. WrestleMania 40. I mean, imagine if Roman is really, really big time in the mainstream environment outside of WWE by that point in time. Obviously, you know, it's going to take a little bit of work. How that all unfolds within 12 months, it's pretty interesting. But I still think if this doesn't end with Roman putting over Solo Sikoa, I think it's all a waste of time, because I love Jey Uso, but Jey and Jimmy are a tag team. And I don't think it's, you know, as much as I love their work and seeing how great they could be as singles guys, I just think they're so incredible as a tag team, where it's like, we know Solo is, in fact, the singles guy. Hey, if Roman makes it big outside of WWE, and you're right, this is him becoming the next Rock, which I think is very ideal. I think Solo Sikoa is the one who benefits the most, and that would be the greatest play WWE ever made.
Yeah. And you know, BC, I want to get your take on this. I think that the crowd is so split 50-50 with Roman and Cody. I get the whole hype behind Cody Rhodes, but the one take that I've actually got a lot of flack for, and I continue to get it. I'm definitely pro Cody. If he wins, I'm okay with it. If he loses, I'm okay with it. But I feel like Cody has not had any adversity on the road to WrestleMania. A lot of people are citing his Hell in a Cell, or he tore his pec. That's the adversity. But he hasn't really done much. He hasn't struggled at all on the road to WrestleMania. Do you feel like Roman is going to retain? And do you feel like Cody, if he is crowned the champion, it's going to be deserved after what we've seen this WrestleMania season?
Loaded question. Love it. Number one, Cody wins or BC riots. bottom line, Cody's got to win this son of a bitch because the story is beyond just the road to Mania within WWE. The story of Cody Rhodes is going back to Stardust. And that's the funnest ride when this dude went and created a company with his buddies, became an executive vice president to the top. Rhodes to the top. He never had to wrestle another day in his life. He had a billionaire as a partner, created a wrestling company that caught the eye of 3 H's, Paul Levesque, and the world was at that point on fire for Cody Rhodes. And then this dude, maybe he saw some drama brewing, I don't know, but he decided to take his ball and his wife, the beautiful Brandy, and he said, I'm going to take the gamble on myself one more time. I'm going to roll the motherfucking dice. And he rolled that shit, and he hit a jackpot that he's about to win the world title at WrestleMania tomorrow night. This was an EVP a year ago, a little more.
I gotta agree.
Man, this is a story for the ages, man.
I gotta agree with BC, man, because a few months ago, as a matter of fact, say a half a year ago, before the thought of Cody coming back to WWE was even in anyone's head, the question was always coming up, at least in our chats, almost every week, who's gonna be the guy to take down Roman? And our answer was always, I think actually one good night, JD said, the person who's going to take down Roman Reigns is not in this company right now. There is no one here to do it. No one. And now we have Cody here. Granted, I know the time off and I know his buildup and his road has been just laid out for him. But the thing is, there is no one to realistically dethrone Roman right now except Cody. And if Cody doesn't do it now, you lose a lot of fucking momentum and you lose that golden opportunity to fucking do it. Now is the time.
If not Cody, who? I'll ask you 3, if I may. JD.
Yeah, I mean,
here, bro. Who? If not Cody, who?
Ooh. There is nobody else.
There's nobody else.
There is nobody else.
The answer.
The thing is, Angle, I can't justify taking the belt off of Roman Reigns so close to 1,000 days. There hasn't been enough for me. Like I've been saying, SummerSlam in Detroit. I mean, I get it, but I need Cody to overcome something outside of a Rumble with Gunther in the last 2 or a torn pec and this and that. And like BC said, the Stardust thing and the AEW thing, 6 years. WWE barely even tapped into that story. What has he fucking done? He hasn't done anything.
You don't do it now.
That's just maybe I'm just losing my mind. I don't
call
know.
on that. They could have done a lot more. You are correct.
Yeah.
The guy is Cody.
If you don't do it now, you run the risk of doing it later and it not being as impactful, and then the possibility of saying, "Man, I wonder if we should have did this shit back in April."
Nah, I don't agree. I'm going to tell you something right now. Cody is the right guy. He is the right guy 100%. But we're starting to realize, and this is the thing that you guys got to remember. WWE is not in the pay-per-view business anymore. Their model is not to sell pay-per-views because they got the streaming deal with Peacock. They're in the television rights business. The number one thing that their focus has to be is creating compelling TV. We just saw an incredible long-term storyline play out with the Bloodline. And JD is 100% correct when he says Cody has not seen any adversity in WWE. Let's do something very big here. Let's give Cody a very big, triumphant chase for the championship because more people will be behind it this time. It doesn't have to be forced down anybody's throats. He can win. He can lose. You don't have to make him look like Superman. Let's see this guy go through the downfall. Let's create long-term storytelling because this way you're going to get people watching TV. And then the best part is WWE will eventually give everybody what they want, which is Cody. And at that point in time, I think more and more people who are associated with the storylines will be incredibly happy with what they get.
That's a good point, Ango. And I mean, it's easy to say that. It's a great point. But on the flip side, and I'm sure BC is going to appreciate this, and I want him to chime in on this. Does Roman, and you talk about compelling television, the Bloodline is the most compelling thing on TV in both companies.
Yeah.
Does Roman need the championship to create compelling television with the Bloodline? That's also on the flip side. We could give the title to Cody, but we could also create compelling television with Roman Reigns in the Bloodline because we have Jey Uso and Roman and the crack starting to form there. So do we really need Roman as the champion?
So let me
the
ask
answer
you.
Is no.
Yes.
So that's why I say if Cody wins, I'm okay with it because we always have a big positive in the Bloodline on TV without
Roman's reaction to losing his title and his reaction to getting it back could be very compelling.
Okay. I like
even better, Jesse, even better.
Yeah.
I like what you guys are saying and I don't disagree. Because like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. However, do you guys feel like WWE has truly set up a really decent number of opponents that are legitimately credible to take the belt off of Cody Rhodes if he won? because the only two people I think of that come to mind is Seth Rollins and Gunther. Both of them have had a pretty strong year. Those are the only two guys.
I see Cody as being a very beatable champion, unlike Roman. He's unbeatable right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's long-term booking in a lot of those things. I mean, Cody Gunther is set. That's going to happen eventually. Rollins, I mean, I take another match, but Rollins is absolutely going to have to win the title if it comes down to that, because he's lost the last 3. You know, the rumor of Jay White coming in, there's a built-in story there. You could do that. Randy Orton is a WrestleMania main event waiting to happen with Cody Rhodes. So there are people. I don't know if WWE was going to let Jesse and I talk about this. Their babyface booking, same thing with Tony Khan and AEW. They fuck up all the time with babyfaces. I don't trust WWE to book a babyface Cody as a champion. I don't.
Yeah. That's my issue. It's like, cool, you got the win. Everything looks good. You get the visual of Cody winning. He finished the story. But that's my biggest concern. And that's why I think the idea of him not winning maybe leads to something bigger and better. And then in the meantime, they could start building up stars, because
at the very least, Cody winning creates a whole new plethora of championship opponents, because Roman has gone through the entire fucking roster. Yeah. Roman has gone through everyone. Yeah. So at least with Cody as champion, you have options. You can easily come up with a good heel to go up against Cody for at least. I could come up with really good storytelling between now and SummerSlam for Cody as champion. It'll be fresh and something different, as opposed to Roman. We've seen it all.
And you're going to have to, because the crowd is going to turn on Cody faster than they turned on Liv Morgan, I assure you. It's already, you can see some of these towns,
BC,
man.
I also brought that up as a potential. I got flack for that too. I'm like, why don't you guys think that's a possibility? I mean,
it's already happening. Unfortunately, I saw some of the small town vids. It's different, man.
Don't say that. You may get a bunch of Twitter geeks on you.
Oh, I don't do that. Don't worry.
I mean, I say that shit.
I don't play that game.
It's like I mentioned Cody, and it's like I'm lighting a fire under everybody's ass. I mean, I get it. You guys want him to win, but Roman Reigns, this is the best Roman we've gotten, and he hasn't wavered. He hasn't gotten boring. He hasn't given any reason to why he shouldn't be the champion. And I also brought this up. The Usos losing the tag team titles is almost too predictable. But do you see them both? The Usos and Roman losing their championships at WrestleMania. If the Usos lose, I think it's a high probability that Roman retains, no?
Here's a
maybe.
If the Usos lose?
Yeah.
Roman would lose too. No, they all will drop it. That would be the story.
Everything.
That would be the story. I would think the fall of the Bloodline over the weekend would be the story. And now they have to pick up the scraps.
Here's an opponent for Cody that no one's thinking about. And I'm looking at the winner of this Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Balor.
You're looking at Edge as an opponent for Cody Rhodes?
Well, hold on. Balor has to win.
Balor.
Right?
I'm thinking Balor.
Yeah, Balor has to win.
I'm thinking
because
Balor.
Forget the demon. He's the Judgment Day leader, right?
Yeah.
Are they calling him the leader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. He has to win this. This is his big. I mean, Edge has one more year left. Balor has at least 5-6 good ones.
Yeah.
He can't lose this match. This is huge for him.
Yeah.
Balor wins. Balor goes on to be a top heel. Cody wins, and I think we look at Balor versus Cody in the upcoming months.
Oh, come on. How fun would that be, man?
That would be
very
fun.
If you do it correctly?
Yes, that'd be great.
All right, so we got Angle with Roman. We got Angle with Roman. We got Jesse with Cody and BC with Cody. I'm with Roman. So we're kind of
Cody or I Riot, man. I'm telling you.
I love it. I love it.
All right, so I guess we'll move on to the next match, which is Balor and Edge. Yeah. Rumor is, and I think it's pretty much confirmed because we've seen like little leak shots that the Hell in a Cell is going back to the regular color for this match, which is a great move, and that's obviously a Triple H move because Vince just neglected to make that change. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Where do you guys see Judgment Day moving on after this? And like BC and Jesse said, it has to be Balor, and I think they're both correct because I think with the rise of Dominic and the rise of Rhea, Finn Balor's going to need to win at WrestleMania, and they are legitimately going to be, right underneath the Bloodline is the biggest faction in WWE, and we're already starting to see a feud with the new Latino World Order. So I think you guys are correct. They're going to have to look strong coming out of WrestleMania, and that's going to be a big project for Triple H coming out of Mania.
I think Judgment Day comes out looking really strong out of this weekend.
Yep.
It's crazy because I'll be honest with you guys. I did not think when Triple H got into power, my whole thing was like, okay, he's probably going to get Finn Balor out of the Judgment Day, go back to the Demon, restore some value there. And it's so crazy how much the Judgment Day has gotten over since the first iteration that we've seen of it.
Yes.
I got to be honest with you guys. Like, I don't know what's going to happen with Santos and Legado del Fantasma and LWO. Is this just a weekend thing? But I'm looking at War Games 2023, And I'm looking at LWO versus the Judgment Day as potentially one of the biggest matches that they can do all year. I mean, that just goes to show you how great the Judgment Day is. I don't want to see them split, but I do want to see this team get some gold. It starts with Rhea, maybe Judgment Day, maybe Dom and Priest can win those tag titles at some point. And then obviously Finn Balor, right? We were talking about Cody earlier. Finn Balor could be. It could happen, man.
That's actually a great point. I wasn't even thinking that far ahead. Yeah, Angle brings up a great point with that long-term booking, because there was a report saying that Triple H has a year-long plan coming out of WrestleMania. That actually is a very feasible thing to have happen. Now they would have to add somebody to Judgment Day, and I've been saying JD McDonough from NXT would fit perfect.
Beautiful
in NXT, because not only did Finn Balor train him, but he would fit in there like a glove with his mental character and his gimmick. He fit right in there. So you do that with LWO. You got something that's going on. And I've been saying that Dominic and Ray is not over at WrestleMania. I feel like Dominic is going to get the win. Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Ray gets the win and then we continue it with him beating his son and they just can't get over it. But it's going to definitely continue after WrestleMania.
I can see Ray wanting to put his son over at WrestleMania.
I could see that. I could see that. But yeah, I feel like Balor needs to win there, and I think this is going to be a great match tonight for WrestleMania. Seth Rollins. We talked about Seth Rollins a little bit earlier. His match with Logan Paul. I've been saying this match could absolutely steal the entire weekend. Logan Paul's been on his platform saying that he's a free agent and how WWE is definitely going to sign him to a new deal. I'll start with you, Angle. What have you thought of Logan Paul and the whole vibe around Logan Paul and this storyline that's coming out with Seth Rollins that he's infiltrating the wrestling industry and he only cares about himself and he's not really here because he loves the business? I mean, yes, you could say that, but I don't think anybody can deny what he's done in the ring, and he's done what he has done better than a lot of fucking people that are on TV right now for both companies. And I would love to see Logan Paul back in a part-time capacity because of the caliber of work that he's done. He's been tremendous. Yeah,
to be honest, I mean, I think a lot of people might disagree with me and might hate me for this, but Logan Paul, especially now that he's working as a heel and he's got the podcast and he's the outsider, we know he's a good in-ring wrestler. Like at this point, we've seen him put up some good stuff. I would love to see WWE have him lose. I'd have him start downplaying everything WWE on his podcast for tomorrow's episode. Start talking about some stuff backstage. Really try to blur the lines of his experience in WWE, only for WWE to set him up in another big-time match for SummerSlam. And just kind of keep him in the loop with WWE culture, but we don't need him on TV every single week either. But I do want to see them try to blur the lines, make it look like this guy didn't have the greatest experience in WWE. Make it seem like, maybe go after all the indie darlings, right? All the guys that the IWC loves. This way he can really get that big time heat. And then, you put him in a singles match at SummerSlam, cool. You know what I mean? We don't need this guy on Raw and SmackDown. He's fine. He's great. But it's time for Seth to win and get back on track with the actual people in the company that are there full time.
Yeah, I think it's very easy, for fans to want to shit on Logan Paul for being here, but at the same time, I mean, from what I've seen, the most part, he's been pretty much welcomed. I mean, he's not, like you say, he's not overstayed. His welcome. He's not here too much, and he's fantastic in the ring, and he's drawing pretty damn good heat. It's pretty hard to shit on Logan Paul right now.
Yeah.
PC, what have you thought of Logan Paul and his performance so far in his quote unquote rookie year?
Well, I'll tell you this: for years, I watched Monday Night Raw in a deep coma. So when Logan Paul comes out of nowhere, I get a pulse. This thing right here starts beating.
Okay.
The heartbeat starts going because there's something I kind of want to see.
Yeah.
Logan Paul brings a little bit of energy, and the fact that people can't stand him gets BC excited. I love that.
Very punchable.
The bad guy is always the most fun.
Yeah.
So if he can tap into that more and get more comfortable with that, he can use this loss because he's got to lose against Rollins.
Absolutely.
Rollins has put the company on his back when he was asked to. Cody Rhodes 3 or 4 times, whatever it was. Come on, bro. Seth Rollins went above and beyond for that company.
Yes.
It is time for the payback. He gets this W, and Logan can use this going forward. Like Ango said, you can go that route, or he just literally says, I've taken on some of the best talent you have, Roman, Rollins, and I came within 1 moment of beating them. 1 goddamn moment. And I could have beaten your tribal chief. I could have beaten your fucking Mr. I could have done it, bro. I could have done it. I was this close, bro. Much love to Rollins, though. He put the company on his back, and this is his moment, man. But Logan Paul, quote me on this, that match could be the match of the weekend.
Yeah,
it absolutely could be.
It has the capability of it.
Yeah, it could be.
And Logan Paul, I mean, how many, if he does resign, which I expect that he does, how many more matches does he have in WWE? Obviously, we know Cena would be one. Maybe if Randy Orton's healthy enough, maybe a Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I don't know how much is left for him there. I like BC. You know, I like him on TV. I think he's a natural heel. He's got to play into that. I never knew why WWE tried to come, and make him a babyface upon entry. It was just never going to work out. But how many more legitimate matches does he have in WWE at that big time level?
not many.
I would leave him for the big shows.
Yeah.
Like, I really wouldn't use him again until SummerSlam. And then maybe after that, maybe right back into Royal Rumble, man. I mean, he can appear and build feuds, but I'm using them sparingly. 'Cause like you said, it's not too many more matches he can do that we'll be really interested in.
Yep.
And as far as Seth Rollins is, and like BC said, and I agree 100% that Seth Rollins has carried the company on his back. How long do you see Rollins in this role where he's doing more for the company than the company's doing for him? Like, if Cody becomes the champion, when do you see Rollins ever getting to the top of the mountain? Do you ever see him getting to the top of the mountain? Because his work and his character has finally come into its own. He's the best he's ever been as a solo act. Yeah. When is he going to be the guy, or is he ever going to be the guy?
We're going to see another Seth turn at some point to get him back to Cody.
Sadly, he doesn't have a path, to answer you honestly.
Yeah.
What's his path? What's his path to Cody Rhodes? Just because he lost 3 or 4 times?
Yeah,
you got to do better than that.
He's going to have to turn and get frustrated because Cody came in and got his opportunities and everything else. I mean, once you turn Seth heel, he'll make the match work. He'll build that shit.
Yeah.
He's fucking great. As fantastic as Seth is as a babyface right now, he's an even better heel. Seth is fucking great, man.
Angle, what do you think? Seth Rollins getting to the top of the mountain, or is it too far gone?
I feel like they kind of planted the seeds already. I don't know if it was with Daniel Cormier or Ariel Helwani, one of these guys, but talking about the backstage fight with Cody, to me, I mean, it sounds very possible, whatever, but I've just learned throughout time, whenever there's talks about backstage fights, I take that shit with a little grain of salt. And you know what? If that is a real thing, let's build on it. This clearly isn't a brawl out situation. It doesn't need to be like that. But let's blur the lines. Let's make it look like these guys legitimately have beef. Actually, you know what? Yeah. I got the solution. Do the fucking brand split for real. Yeah. Actually do a fucking brand split for real. If you're going to have a brand split, do it for real. Keep them separated until their paths actually need to cross. Build up Seth Rollins the right way. Do not immediately put him with Cody Rhodes, because at that point, you're just going to force shit down people's throats. Yeah. We already know the writing is on the wall. We've seen them fight before. Now we're hearing about some backstage issues between them. Have Seth become the guy. Let him be a star on SmackDown while Seth is on Raw. And then when the time is right, he's already had a plethora of great feuds that maybe it's over Lashley, Lesnar. I don't give a fuck who it is, but just have him go over some top names, get back some of that fire that he needs, and then you give him that match. He can actually be the one to dethrone Cody Rhodes. Now you have more passion from the fans, because guess what? They have that history there. And throughout time, because it wasn't forced down everybody's throats, it just kind of kept everybody, in touch. What's the word I'm looking for? Like in arm's reach.
Engaged.
It's engaged. It's all right there. So I think, honestly, man, Seth this year it's going to be his big year. And I think WWE planted the seeds. Now people are going to slowly await for that to happen. When Seth does it and he dethrones Cody, how can anybody be pissed off about that? Because we know he carried the company on his back too.
I think we're missing the best part of this, man. Yeah. When Cody is champion, the first challenger is Omos.
God dang it.
No.
The fuck I invite you on this show for?
No.
It fucking takes like that. The question is, Ango, what would you, obviously we're talking about Rollins being a world champion.
Yeah.
We see guys like Gunther waiting in the wings because he's probably going to lose the IC title. Yeah. How would you, and this is a question for everybody here, how would you split the championship so that we get that separate brand split once again?
Yeah.
And, you got guys like Gunther, who obviously we paired with Cody Rhodes. That's an inevitable.
Yep.
How do you do it? How do you split the titles so that everybody gets a piece of the top of the card pie for a world championship and get somebody like Rollins there that, can't be there right now because the titles have been held on Roman Reigns for all these years?
Okay, so let me ask you this. If we're going to split the titles, because I think this is like really, really important to kind of think about. If we split the titles, let's say they do, let's say Cody wins at Mania, right? he decides he's going to vacate the Universal Championship or whatever. They vacate it. They're doing brand split, whatever. Adam Pearce, I'm sure, can do a backstage segment, make some logic out of it. But if Cody stays on Raw, they do the WWE draft, somebody goes to SmackDown, they do a tournament, crowns the Universal Champion.
Yep, easy.
At that point, can't you just literally fucking build like feuds throughout every single week? Like a climbing of the rank system, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like I don't want to get too off track with this, but I think like long term, you could always have Seth Rollins go and become Universal Champion. Cody could be WWE Champion. You can keep them separated for months and months. Okay, Survivor Series comes around. Now we're going back to fucking legitimate champions fighting against each other, Raw versus SmackDown style. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think there's a lot of things you can do with that. Obviously, in the middle from A to Z, you're going to have to, again, this falls back on developing people in the mid card to be ready. And then eventually you create that big time match.
And that's a possibility too, because there was a report that I don't know how true it is that Triple H wanted to get rid of the Universal Championship. Maybe next year is the time that we do that, and that actually is the reason to do it. Rollins versus Cody, and you unify the titles then.
There you go.
And then you give Rollins his flowers there. I don't know. Maybe he's the one to dethrone Cody.
Yeah.
But it's a very easy situation. I don't know why they've wavered on it. BC, how would you split the championship? A draft, or you just have Cody win it and then relinquish it?
They already missed the boat on it. My fury on that is that this was the time going into WrestleMania. Roman Reigns split the titles. Cody only wants the Winged Eagle title back, right? Yes. He wants that WWE title. He don't give a fuck about the Universal. But Roman has the 1,000 days on the Universal. So that matters more to him. The other one matters more to Cody. You could have saved... WWE could have been sitting pretty right now. It was in their lap. Cody wins the big one and only takes off with half the heist. You robbed the bank. You left all the fucking... The whole vault was left behind. You just grabbed the cashier shit. You can't just do that, right? But that's what they did, and they would get away with it because Cody has his moment. Universal Champion is Roman. He gets his 1,000 days. And what the fuck did they do? They kept both belts for no reason. And now we're stuck...
If Roman's going to lose, he's got to lose everything at the same time. I mean, I feel like that would actually deter Cody or make Cody look weak. And Roman, he beats Roman, but Roman's still a champion.
Okay, so now you play the flip side. Cody wins both belts, and he gets one stripped.
It's the same issue as Roman, though.
Yeah,
holding 2 championships.
Well, so
Cody doesn't deserve
the best way to split these titles. Because don't forget, we got to split these titles up, and we got to split the tag titles up. So I think the best way to do it is the draft. All they have to do is, after you have your champions post-Mania, just determine what titles are going to land where. So the Universal title will be on Raw or whatever. World title will be on SmackDown. And the same for the tag titles. Do your draft. Wherever the champions go, they take their belts with them to said brand, and the other ones are vacated on the other show. Then you have your title, here's your tournament or whatever you do to gain new champions. But they have to, if they split the world titles one way, it's going to look completely asinine if they split the tag titles a different way. So they have to be done the same way.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
It comes down to the brand split, right? Like, I think if you're gonna do a brand split and you're gonna have champions on Raw and SmackDown, then you got to 100% commit to a brand split. Otherwise, fuck the brand split. Unify all the titles, tag team titles, women titles, mid card titles. Everything. Let's strip everything down, go back to basics, and then let's actually have meaningful storylines without championship belts on the line. So that way, when somebody because when somebody's actually ready for a championship opportunity, it wasn't just handed to them, but they actually had to earn it the right way through, stories and stuff like that. I don't know, man. We're fantasy booking and talking and predicting things, but it's like we don't even know how committed are they to this actual brand split. Right now on TV, it's garbage. There is no brand split. It's just
that will tell
turn
everything.
Makes the shows better. To be quite honest with you, I feel like if Raw had no brand split limitations, I think it would be a better show, and SmackDown as well.
And guess what? With Cody, okay, I know BC loves this idea of Cody winning. Cool, I'm for it, right? I love Cody Rhodes. I'm a Cody Rhodes guy. If he wins tonight, he's gonna get the visual of holding both championships tomorrow on Raw. Let's unveil the new championship belt, and it's 100% confirmed. The Universal Championship belt is retired. It's all unified now. And same thing with those tag titles. We know they got new titles. Let's go and show off those new title belts. And you know what? The women's championship belts aren't unified yet. Let's start setting up a program for Backlash to do that. It could be Rhea versus Asuka, Rhea versus Bianca. Hey, Bianca could retain at Mania. There you go. Now you unify those women title belts. You got Gunther and Theory, or Gunther and Cena at Backlash. You can unify those too. There's a million things you could fucking do in this situation, but really what it comes down to is Are we keeping the brand split or not? Because if you're keeping the brand split, this is where things could get a little bit shaky, and that's where I have a hard time coping with the idea.
Let's not forget the network bookers. The networks wants to call their shots and claim who they want on their channels. Fox wants this title. USA wants this wrestler. Fox wants Ronda, and they want these titles. So I don't know if they have to consider all of that bullshit again or what when they do the brand split, if there's gonna be a brand split.
Yeah.
Quickly, guys, before we continue on, thank you to everybody watching. We got 3,100 plus in here. Thank you so very much. And BC is going to be happy about this breaking news right now. The main event of WrestleMania Night 1 is confirmed. It is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos for the
Fuck yeah, brother. Hey, honestly.
Let's fucking go.
First of all, that says I got my show ready for fucking tonight. I was going to put 3 Ugbies into the fucking power here, buddy. I was going to fucking unload tonight. But I will say this, guys. I truly believe this. And people can say, oh, you're talking out of his ass. That's fine. I think people like us, everybody in this fucking chat right now, the fucking Focuses, Sirs, Bryans, Corey, everybody, Phil. I think every one of us helped do that. I truly think if this was a company decision, you'd be getting Charlie and Rhea. I think when we stood up and were vocal and they felt and heard that backlash, enough people, there was enough. Why do you think we got no main event announced last night on SmackDown? None. Because they knew they were in the doghouse. They were fucked. They had Charlie probably put in there, guys. But they were hearing all that shit and they knew there was a problem. I think we played a big role in that, man. Not just us four, everybody.
Okay,
I think we did a little something with that.
I'm pretty sure this is a running gag on your channel, but you got to fill me in here. Why are you calling her Charlie?
Oh, because that's what Becky, I think, called her a while back, and I just picked up on it. I think Becky Lynch, I think, calls her Charlie.
Oh,
I don't know where the fuck I got that, but I kept it the whole time, bro. I just call her Charlie. I get new subscribers. They're like, "What the fuck is this guy talking Charlie?"
That's a great segue, because I was actually on point here. We're talking about Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus versus Damage Control next in this big 6-woman tag team match. And BC, I guess I'll start with you. 2-part question. Number one, how do you feel about Trish Stratus and Lita being back on television and having a rumored more prominent role leading into SummerSlam with this Trish Stratus heel turn potentially happening? And number two, your thoughts on Damage Control since SummerSlam, man. Failure or what? I think they need to get rid of Damage Control, and Bayley needs to be solo. Get rid of the act. It sucks.
Yeah, I'll say it like this. If Damage Control is staying together, then everything rides on this match. What is that? That's tonight, right?
Yes. Night 1.
Everything, if they're staying together past tonight, they have to win. Everything rides on it. Everything. Bayley, Io, Dakota. Their booking has been such a roller coaster. It's one of those roller coasters that 30 seconds into it, you want to get off the ride because it sucks. When they showed up at SummerSlam, it was so fun. Becky comes back, Io, Dakota. We're thinking this is amazing, right?
I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to cut. What's riding on it? There's nothing riding on it. There's no titles on the line. I mean, Trish Stratus turning heel is not really a lot of sense, or it doesn't really make any logical sense at all tonight. I would say maybe when she loses, Becky loses the tag team titles. But
Damage Control loses tonight. Damage Control loses tonight. What can you ever do with them going forward?
Nothing. That's why I said Bayley needs to get the fuck out of there. They turn on Bayley. Bayley turns on them. Just get them out.
Totally, and that's why I'm saying if they're staying together past tonight, they have to win tonight. Because there's no way. Not now. BC's out now. I love Bayley, love Dakota, and I have Io Shirai as my top 5, even at top 3 at times. Was the top 3 wrestlers in the world for the females. I love Io. You come out of tonight without a victory. That's it, man. Even BC has to jump into the fucking ocean without a paddle. It's done. I can't believe it.
I'm sorry, Jess. Tag team champions losing at WrestleMania in a non-title match. You're okay with that? BC?
First of all, let me go back. No. Oh, you're right. I'm with that. Lita. I want to answer your first question. I want to answer. Let me go back for 1 second. I don't want to take too much time, but let me answer the first question about Lita and Trish coming back. Yeah. That's my childhood revisited. I fucking love that. I love the fact that they're in 2023 going to wrestle at a WrestleMania. I love it. If
Goldberg
Damage Control,
is my childhood revisit. I don't want to see that fucker.
Hold on, wait. Let me flip this. So if Trish Stratus and Lita in 2023, 2/3 of that 6-man or Becky's team, if they lose against Damage Control, guys, there's no bouncing back. Now you're losing against 40-year-old mothers.
Yeah, I just
I
think they need to
guess, I
disassemble that
guess.
shit. I just
This
want
was supposed to be the
NXT EO back.
future.
I just want NXT EO back. That's all I fucking want, man.
I know that's a positive coming out of them losing. Ango, what do you think about the women's division needing Lita and Trish Stratus coming back to solidify a WrestleMania match here? Do you feel like it's, to me, it's almost as if they're admitting that they don't know what the fuck they're doing with the women, and the women's stories are weak, and they had to call Lita and Trish Stratus back to television, which has been something that Triple H didn't want to do. I don't even think this is a Triple H idea. I feel like this is a complete Vince McMahon idea, because if you go back to the Royal Rumble, Triple H wanted to build from within, call up from within, and he wanted to fill the Royal Rumble with who he brought back and young talent and not rely on the legends. Yet we got Lita and Trish Stratus, who apparently now are tag team champions, and Trish Stratus is turning heel. How do you feel about them being in the women's division? Does it signal, the women's division not having any sort of direction whatsoever?
Yeah, this is this is the biggest blunder. You could look at Triple H, Vince, it doesn't matter. The WWE does not know how to book women's wrestling.
No.
And it's unfortunate because, truthfully, I think I look at a lot of these people, and I'm not talking about booking, but I'm just looking at personal skills and just seeing where they were before WWE, maybe some stuff that they did in NXT. I just don't think they're positioned in anything meaningful on TV. So it's really hard for fans to get behind something. And then that's when WWE makes that desperation call and says, well, we do have Becky Lynch, who is a big name, right? So let's put Becky Lynch, Trish, and Lita together, and that's going to be the story. When in reality, the story shouldn't be about Lita, Trish, Becky. Like, why is it with WWE, the main storylines are always focused on Charlotte, Bayley, Becky, Sasha? It's always been about the big four. Yet, we're watching people like Tegan or Shotzi or Raquel, and all these people, they just show up on TV and they're not doing anything meaningful. The last time I saw WWE book anything meaningful with a female on their roster was Liv Morgan, and even that, they fucking ruined it because they had to be too invested in Ronda Rousey. So at the end of the day, when I look at this whole women's match, I don't care what the fuck they do, because there is no direction here. Yes. There is a solution, and maybe people won't like this solution, but the solution is actually having Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai win dominantly. And I would have them do it by introducing a new member with damage control, because clearly there is some holes in their game. Bring somebody up from NXT. You don't have to do it at WrestleMania. You could if you want, but you don't have to. Then now you really have to establish damage control as a dominant faction on television and let women other than the four horsewomen fucking win matches. It's like as simple as that, bro. Like this is not difficult. Let me make one thing clear. This is not fucking difficult. But if you're bringing in Trish and Lita, okay, cool. They're great talents. They got the big name and everything. But then again, what happens after this? It doesn't matter, because all the other women who aren't them don't have anything going for them. So it's just, reset. Fucking click the reset button. Let's do the heel turn. Have Trish. Fuck those tag titles, right? You mentioned earlier about those tag titles being, it's a non-title match. The champions losing clean at WrestleMania. Fuck it, bro. Those titles already mean nothing. So what are you going to do?
I've been saying for years, get rid of the fucking title. It means jack shit to anybody.
No, see, you don't have to get rid of those titles, though. That's the crazy thing. You don't have to get rid of those titles.
Teams. What the fuck? We have a division for? There's no tag teams.
What? Stop breaking up tag teams. Stop breaking up tag teams. Hey, listen. One thing. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. Do you guys watch Impact Wrestling at all?
Oh boy.
No, I'm gonna break something down for you. This company never had to sit here and brag about what they do with their women's division. They do a Knockouts tag team division. They have people constantly on TV, and people who aren't fighting for the titles are actually in storylines, and they're used every single week. I look at WWE, and it starts with NXT, men's tag team division and women's tag team division. It's always the same shit. Buddy system, best friends, they turn on each other, then they go their singles route. And it's already happening in NXT right now. What you need to do is establish real tag teams, put them on TV, actually have matches and storylines that don't involve the tag team championship belts, and then give them wins. Instead of giving tag titles to, maybe Ronda or Shayna, or fucking Lita and Trish Stratus and Becky and all these people. Like, you don't need to do that shit. Just make tag teams, put them on TV, let them wrestle. It's as simple as that. It's not that fucking complicated.
Let me put this out there. It's hard for me to sit here and say that, between Vince and Triple H, they don't know how to book women. Because I could just sit here and say it's Vince. Because when Triple H had control of these women and in NXT, all of them were at their pinnacle.
Yeah.
And I'm talking Rhea Ripley, Shayna Baszler, Bayley, Sasha, Becky, Bianca, Io, Asuka. They
Jesse,
were all
never mind any of that.
fantastically.
Triple H gave them 2 years of Mae Young Classic. That's 32 women each year to get over. And Vince never did anything like that, even remotely close to showcase the women.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I do think Triple H has, you know, a big hand in women's wrestling, and Vince does not, and Bruce Pritchard does not. So yes.
Yeah. It's not a fluke. We're not talking 1 or 2 names. But all of the women. What's Shayna Baszler doing right now compared to where she was in NXT?
No, bro,
Shayna Baszler was a fucking killer.
Bro, look at Monday Night Raw a couple of weeks ago. Who was in there? It was Piper Niven and who? Mia Yim or Candice LeRae, one of them. 1 minute.
Yeah.
The fuck are you gonna do in 1 minute? How are you gonna get over in 1 minute?
That's not
Triple
Triple
H
H.
doesn't book Piper Niven. He loves Piper Niven.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Piper Niven in the Mae Young Classic was fucking amazing.
Give me a break.
You just got to remember though, this entire honestly, since probably since the 4 horsewomen came up through NXT and everything, it's always been about this women's evolution and women's wrestling. But there's other promotions out there that exist, and they don't have to tell you that there's a women's evolution going on. They just fucking do it. So I get it. People are going to shit on Impact. Some people might not watch it, whatever. But the reality is, they're not doing anything special. They're literally just putting them on TV and not talking about it. They're just making like storylines out of it. Whether you like the storylines or not, it doesn't matter. They're doing something without trying to tell you. WWE, in this other sense, though, they're telling you, hey, look at what we're doing with our women main eventing. Look at what we're doing with the women's evolution. And these women paved the way and they did all these great things. But I really want that to be more meaningful when I see people like Liv Morgan, Raquel, Shotzi, Tegan, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Bailey. I look at so many incredible names on that roster. All you got to do is just utilize them slightly differently. Yeah. So what are we going to do? We're going to talk about a women's evolution, but then we're going to use Trish Stratus and Lita to put over this women's division. Like, I get it. Some people don't like Damage Control because they were badly booked. They were, but you can fix it. It's not out of the question. You just got to actually do it. But instead, we're relying on Trish and Lita, and I like them. Don't get me wrong, but
that's why I agree. I think Vince is behind this. I don't think Triple H would have needed to call up Trish and Lita to help get a women's WrestleMania match together. He would have booked this shit easily without them, man.
He could have just been Becky and Bailey again. I would have watched it again. I thought their steel cage match was great.
Triple H is behind the fucking the masterpiece we got with Sasha and Bailey.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows how to book the women.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these women we're talking about all saw their heyday in NXT. All of them.
Yeah.
Everyone right now except Rhea Ripley has been better off in NXT.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. BC, is this a catalyst for Becky and Ronda to get them back into the ring with Becky being a tag team champion? And are you excited about a potential Shayna and Ronda versus Becky and Lita tag team title match, which I think is where they're going with this?
That's where they're going with it. And if you give me a good story, I can be on board with it. Just like I said, Damage Control tonight, everything rides on that. I stick by that. If they're going to stay together, Angle was perfect with that. You have them devastatingly beat the shit out of those 3. And then you can even add a member, and I want them diabolical going forward.
Yeah.
Or we're just going to stop. We're done with the Damage Control. It's not working.
Yep.
Same thing with Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey.
Yep.
I was a Ronda Rousey fan coming out of UFC. She talked a lot of shit.
Yeah.
She liked to fight. Even if you're losing, who gives a shit?
Yep.
She just likes to crack some skulls.
Yep.
It was great. You can't fuck that up booking-wise in WWE, you would think. But Vincent Kennedy McMahon found a way to fuck it up. So then you go to Shayna Baszler. You have another badass.
Yeah.
How do you fuck her up? You make her lose in less than 2 minutes 16 times within a 6-month time period via the fruit roll-up.
Wait a minute.
That's how you
You actually counted how many times she lost in 2 minutes?
I have a right-hand man on the channel, JR9. He's one of the best. He does a lot of statistics.
I'm not sure that you're that far off. So, I mean, you're probably...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm a big numbers guy. I keep track of it. I'm a little bonkers up here, you know? But man. I will say this, man. The proof's in the pudding, because when you crack the numbers, you're not realizing up front. Our subconscious is always taking inventory of these losses. Yeah. Our subconscious, like Omos. I don't want to jump the gun on this one because I know we'll probably get to that.
Omos!
But yeah, Omos, right? Well, how many fucking times have we seen him defeated via DQ from people like Veer Mahan, Matt Riddle, defeating this? Angelo Dawkins beat Omos via DQ.
Hey, whoa.
Pinfall. Bobby Lashley beat him by pinfall. Braun Strowman beat him by pinfall. And we're supposed to believe that Brock Lesnar is scared of Omos?
Omos.
Come on, bro.
Everybody in the chat,
matters.
now you know why I wanted him on the show. I mean, I don't even need to say anything. He just said everything that I've been saying right there. The fuck do I need to add to that discussion?
Like, whoa,
man.
Because we're supposed to believe in Omos. That's what we're sold. Hold on, wait 1 second. We're supposed to believe in Omos, right? So you're asking me, you're asking JD from New York, 206, Ango. You're asking everybody up in here, Chelsea Lane, Novaz. You're asking Sagbag, Trevon. You're asking us to dumb ourselves down and forget what we witnessed. I now have to forget that Angelo Dawkins beat him, that Matt Riddle beat him, that Veer fucking Mahan beat him. You want me to forget that Braun Strowman pinned him? Lashley pinned him. And now Brock is running away from him?
Wait a minute. I mean, we might as well just jump in. So Omos has no chance about beating Brock Lesnar today.
Oh,
Zero chance.
Better fucking not. Oh my God. Are you serious?
Oh.
There is a laundry list of shit that WWE wants you to forget. Hey, you remember who? Let's see, who was fucking champion in WWE? What's his fucking name? The guy in NXT.
Who are you talking about?
The former SmackDown champion.
Oh, Jinder.
Jinder was WWE champion. They want you to forget that, bro. They want you to forget a whole slew of shit. They want you to forget that Oscar was undefeated for about 17 years. They want you to forget that.
They want you to forget until it's convenient.
But you're going to come across people that are not going to, like us.
Wait a minute,
and we're not going to be behind it. And then you have people go, well, I don't understand why you don't like. These are two big dudes going to collide. We're going to see Omos get F5.
So
we're
wait
going
a
to see Omos
minute.
get F5.
BC, let me ask you a very, very, very important question. So you mean to tell me you're not an Homo sapien?
Almost.
What the fuck is an Omos? Oh, no. I remember that fucking problem. I am the opposite of a Omos fucking lover in any fucking way. This guy had potential on day one, and then it ruined.
My God.
Oh, wait. Is Jesse a big Omos fan?
No.
All right.
He would not be here if he was, no.
Because I'll lighten up a little bit on Omos. I'm a Jinder Mahal fan, believe it or not, but I shut the fuck up about that. Because I know Jinder Mahal has no business being in a main event.
Oh, my God.
I know. I like Jinder, man. I like Jinder.
Jinder had a fan? No.
It was me.
Oh, wow.
That makes two of us, bro. That's two of us.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my God.
So you were in that chat.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
Jinder almost fucking crippled SmackDown to a point where it was never going to recover. What are you talking about?
Oh my God!
I want to bring it.
You see how they booked him and Shinsuke, bro? They fucking killed him just right there.
Shinsuke? Who the hell is a Shinsuke? No, there's no such thing as a Shinsuke.
I don't know. Well, I mean, now I lost track of where.
You don't throw Brock Lesnar in a match like this and expect this to be hold any weight, man. Brock Lesnar ended the Undertaker streak, and he's in there with Omos.
All right, so BC's on here pretty much daily, and Angle does his thing daily. What did you guys think when the reports came out? Like the rumors came out first, and then the reports came out. Oh, this is a Vince match. Did you kind of immediately think like I did? This is not a Triple H match. What the fuck is this shit?
No, that's a Vince match. A billion%. I need nobody to tell me that.
So you are admitting, BC, that Vince has had somewhat of a hand, heavy or not, in WrestleMania.
He never left. We have a big hand. Vince McMahon is running the fucking world of WWE. Triple H has more control, no doubt, more creativity. I'm loving it. I can see it actually on some of these shows. But Vince McMahon is he's the daddy-o spanking 3H's ass when he gets out of hand.
What?
Angle, I'm sorry, Jesse. Was it a big deal to you, Angle, about Vince booking this match? Because, I mean, when I think WrestleMania, I think Showcase of the Immortals. This is the complete opposite of that. So what did you think when those rumors came out? And then basically Mike Johnson and Meltzer pretty much confirmed what we were all feeling.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's Triple H, Vince, to me, this is not a match for us. No matter what, it's not a match for us. It's not a match for the internet. I get what they're going with for this. You know, I know on my channel, I specifically talked about Omos. He gets a lot of hate, and it's just unfortunate because I think his hate that he gets is based on just the way WWE constantly books giants. You know, it's the same thing. It's recycled. We've seen it time and time again. I think he is one of the better giants that WWE has had, but you can't forget about these things when he's losing random matches, random throwaway matches that have zero significance. You know what I mean? That's the thing. If he lost matches that had somewhat significance and it like put other people like on a platform and did something for them, okay, it would be different. But the guys that beat Omos, nothing really came from it. So that's why it's hard to get bought into this match. It's hard to get bought in. I will say this though, one thing we're not thinking about. There's one thing that we're not thinking about though, and I just want to kind of.
I heard he's lost in the woods.
the one thing.
Detour, but that son of a bitch is coming. He's got his little flare going. One helicopter's gonna come around and pick that son of a bitch up.
Well, let me
hold on, just one thing.
Were you this animated when Bobby Lashley was being, I guess, in the beginning stages being put with Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania? What'd you think about that?
You got to remember though, and this is not a popular take here. I am a big Bray fan. That's my boy, but on a little bit more of a personal reason as well. So maybe that adds into it, a little bias. Yeah. But I like Bray and anything he does. Listen, I'll pull up my fucking pants and do the muscle man dance once in a while. But I'll be the first to admit that was going nowhere fast. And Lashley doesn't deserve it, and Bray didn't deserve that.
No.
There's no
that was a train wreck from the beginning, and this was a blessing in disguise to break this up.
Yeah.
There's no way that Bray Wyatt took all of this time off of pro wrestling, came back, made the decision to come back, came up with this entirely new gimmick, new mask, new ideas, came back on TV and cut that passionate promo just to a couple of weeks later decide to go back to the Firefly fucking Funhouse.
Agree. So who do you think, Triple H or Vince? I know by the laugh what you say.
Well, hold on. You're forgetting.
BC, it's amazing because you bring that shit up on Twitter. Thank fucking Christ you're not on there because I understand everything.
Yeah, I don't do that shit.
You know, you bring that up and people are like, "Oh, he's not in charge." Yes, he is.
He never left, bro.
We went from fucking Uncle Howdy to the Firefly Funhouse all over again. That shit was
all of a sudden he's doing the fucking
no. You guys are forgetting something. You're forgetting one thing though. Don't forget when Bray made his return. When he made his return, his characters did come from the crowd. So just don't forget. I'm not saying, hey, look, I personally, I think it's a letdown what they've done with Bray. But when he did return, they had the Firefly Funhouse characters involved, and they were not dead. So clearly, they had some sort of plan to utilize that in some capacity.
Oh, okay, but I mean, we were told, BC, we were told that when Bray first got here, there was a roadmap for him all the way till WrestleMania. Do you think that the roadmap ended with Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania? I mean, what the fuck? This match was booked 4 weeks ago, bro.
Yeah,
of course not. No, that was done before it started. Yeah, they're throwing baloney at names on a wall at this point. It's landed on Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt. Yeah. Come on.
Muscle Man dance.
Clearly,
bring it back.
Clearly, no plan there.
Guys, still going into Mania, the number 4 merch seller pusher is Bray Wyatt. His metric is up 14% on all ratings and across the board. Everything with Bray Wyatt is still top 5 on many metrics, top 3. This guy sells to the majority. You just don't fuck him up. Yeah. And he's a supernatural character. You can't fuck it up. Anything you do is going to land with fans.
Vince doesn't like him.
And of course, people that don't like the supernatural, they'll shit on it. That's fine. But it's showing you that it's working. And somehow they still fucked up Bray Wyatt.
Vince doesn't like him because he's fucking fat. That's
that was actually a true. That's
what brought him to be severely depressed. He went home depressed because of that.
Yeah, and that's all it is. Vince came back, continued to call him fat, and made him go out there and do the fucking Muscle Man dance. The Muscle Man dance was not Bray Wyatt's in game to his Wyatt 6 QR codes and hints strategically placed throughout the show. Just so we can come back and do the fucking Muscle Man dance with Bobby Lashley. Get the fuck out of here, man.
We may see him tonight or tomorrow. We don't really know. BC, where did they go wrong with Bray Wyatt? Was it a lack of in-ring for Bray Wyatt? Too much fluff with the supernatural shit in the funhouse? Where'd they go wrong with him? Because I feel like he's a great wrestler. When I say that, people don't really believe me. But you go back and watch his earlier Wyatt family work, and I love what he did with that.
JD from New York, 206. Let me cut you off, JD. Yeah. I'm gonna hit you with some truth right now. Okay. One of BC's favorite wrestlers in the world was one of the worst professional wrestlers in the world, and it's because he captivated you from the time he came out that curtain. The Ultimate Warrior. Yeah. This guy got trashed by the industry. He was rated the worst wrestler of all fucking time, and I watched his matches. A billion fucking times over and over and over again. Because you felt something with that son of a bitch. Bray Wyatt doesn't have to do the moonsault or the 760, 629, 550. I just went up your fucking mother's ass for a Karana splash. He doesn't need to do that, bro. Bray Wyatt checks off every other box.
Yeah.
MJF said it best many months ago. I make you feel when I come through the curtain. I don't got to put my life on the line.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt checks out. You wonder why he's number 4 still in merchandise. Do you know the first guy, the only guy, the top Roman Reigns? The only guy to top Roman Reigns in the last 2.5 years for merchandise. Do you know who that was?
Yes, Bray.
Twice, Bray Wyatt. And he gets shit on. He gets shit on. Dave Meltzer and his 17 stars shit on this motherfucker nonstop. Worst character in the world. The same year that Retribution was around. Does anybody remember Retribution? I don't blame you. I tried to forget about him too. Bray Wyatt was rated the worst. Bray fucking Wyatt, of all people.
Oh. Where'd they go wrong?
I don't fucking know where they went wrong. How do you fucking go wrong?
Yeah.
Earlier, I forgot who said it, but someone said that that WWE just wasn't booking Omos right. They're not booking big men right, and that's why he's not getting over. He's not getting over because he can't wrestle. This is not 1984.
No,
you have to fucking you have to have some in-ring work. You have to have some work rate
with today's dudes. Absolutely,
you have to. The game has changed. No one in the 80s could wrestle. Nobody but Bret Hart.
Yes.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Where'd they go wrong with Bray Wyatt?
The supernatural stuff. I mean, really,
totally agree.
I think Bray, we've seen his variations through NXT until now. And even when he came back and he did that really heartfelt promo on SmackDown, honestly, I was just so I was in disbelief because I thought for sure we were going to get
But did you want a banger, Ango? Did you want a banger out of Bray Wyatt? Because how many bangers are we going to fucking see? I'm sick of bangers.
No, actually, to be honest with you, hold on.
Reigns was one of his greatest opponents. The match in 14 with Bryan at the Royal Rumble, a fucking banger match. One of the best matches of the year that year. He can wrestle.
We don't need bangers in wrestling. Like I think there's definitely a place for it, and I think there's I'm definitely, don't get it twisted. Good wrestling matches is important, right? But it's obviously subjective. For me personally, I like to be on the edge of my seat waiting to see what happens next. And you guys all saw how social media lit up when the QR code started coming out, and it was like, oh, who's it gonna be? And people were guessing fucking Karrion Kross, and they were guessing this person, and people who were signed to AEW and all of these different things. People were captivated by it. Then you get Bray Wyatt, and you get this human version of Bray, which it's been a long time since we've seen that. Then all of a sudden, you get the pitch black match, and then you got all of this supernatural stuff. Bro, it doesn't fucking work. At the end of the day, it doesn't work. We don't need Bray Wyatt. We don't need Bray. No, we do not need Bray doing 450 splashes, but we don't need fucking Bray Wyatt doing the supernatural shit either.
Time out. You said it doesn't work. He's number 1 in the metrics to number 5 at all times. So in what metric are you saying he doesn't work, though?
My personal opinion, BC. My fucking personal opinion.
Ango, are you just saying you don't like it, bro? That's what I'm saying.
No. So here's the thing, though. With the supernatural stuff, I think it could work in some ways, right?
It can work. Undertaker proved it for years.
Exactly. And that's not the only examples either. But I just think when you look at Bray Wyatt, listen to the Bray Wyatt's promos, and you see that he's this human version. Then we get Uncle Howdy. Then we get all of these characters. Then we get Firefly Funhouse. It's like, okay, well, what is this guy's purpose? One day he's doing dancing on the screen. The next day he's...
Oh, completely agree.
It's just like there's no vision there. And to be honest, the biggest...
Vince McMahon's vision is all in that.
No. So, okay, Vince, Triple H, it don't matter because listen to this. If you look at WrestleMania's build-up, right? Lashley, LA Knight, Brock Lesnar, Omos, and Bray Wyatt. Now, I think, and I'm sure we'll talk about LA Knight at some point, but LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, Brock, Bray Wyatt, whether you like or hate Omos, you could have put these people in different storylines with other people who may not even be on the card, and it would have been fine. For some reason, this group of people, for some reason, got lumped in to the things that make the least amount of sense. Forget about the showcase tag matches. At least it's a fucking showcase. But these other people have characters, right? Like, some of these people have characters. Brock is somewhat of a character now. Omos is the Nigerian giant. So love or hate him, why is the Nigerian giant going up against Brock? Okay, I get it. They got a whole little plan there. But Brock Lesnar versus Bray wouldn't have worked. So that works out. But then the other 3 people are lumped into what? You know what I mean? There's a lack of vision for certain things on the show.
Bray didn't work out because Brock Lesnar knew that if he went up against a supernatural Bray, that it was a lose-lose situation.
But let me ask you this. Hold on.
That was never going to work. But let me remind you guys of the storytelling and in-ring work that Bray Wyatt is capable of. Don't forget the Wyatt family versus the fucking Shield.
Yes.
I mean, that was epic fucking television, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what this guy's capable of.
Yeah.
He can go in the ring, but he doesn't have to put on a 5-star match. He can put on a 3-star match with the fantastic storytelling that he does.
Yeah.
And to me, it'll feel like a fucking 5-star feud.
Yeah.
BC, to me, I feel like what you're saying is definitely correct. But I feel like the best version of Bray that we've gotten since his return in October was that first span of a couple of weeks, 4 weeks, when he was humanized Bray. That's the Bray that I related to. That's the Bray that I wanted to see more on television. And then we got more into what you were talking about. How did you feel about that human Bray? And if it continued, I feel like that would have been a success to me, in my opinion. What do you think about that?
I think you're absolutely right, because Bray Wyatt just is gold. I think this guy, he's one of those rare individuals that can literally turn shit into gold. But he does need the machine to be behind him in the correct way, man. Otherwise, you're in a Bobby Lashley match at WrestleMania. Thankfully, not happening now. Yeah. But he can turn shit into gold. He's a creative son of a bitch. And Triple H said, 3H said that that's one of his main problems. He's too creative. You got to like ring him down a little bit, a few rungs. But I loved when he came back and was spitting more naturally, but you knew it was going a little Superman. He was already dropping those clues. And I'm along for the ride, man. Just it's still a television show, man. Yeah. Like, just give me a pulse on my show, man. 3 hours of Raw puts me to sleep. If the Muscle Man dance wakes me up, something woke me up.
Yeah.
Take away the Muscle Man dance and what? Bobby Lashley's just beating up Bray on the stage. Wow, this is fucking exciting. You guys know I'm right. What are you going to do, brawl?
No.
What do you have as a story?
No, there's nothing there.
So I know we're shitting on the Muscle Man dance, but
there was a story there, but they didn't tell you what the story was between Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley. The way that I depicted it was Bray Wyatt and the Muscle Man dance is everything that Vince wants in a character. So Bray was trying to pull that out and kind of expose Bobby Lashley for being a Vince McMahon. Oh, he's the prototypical WWE superstar. Yeah. But that never was going to go anywhere because I wasn't invested in Bobby Lashley or Bray Wyatt at that point. And I don't really give a fuck about what Vince McMahon wants or thinks about what the WWE should be. I don't care. And it was going to be a terrible match. The Clash of Styles would have been terrible.
I think the fact that Bray Wyatt is not here and he went home with a mysterious injury tells us exactly that things are not going the way that he anticipated right now.
I believe that.
I want you guys to go back a few years ago at WrestleMania. What was that WrestleMania when Alexa Bliss turned up on the Jack in the Box there, that big box in the aisleway?
36? What was that, 36?
I think.
Okay,
36?
that was around the time Bray was getting absolutely just wrecked on social, online, everywhere. The character's the worst in the world. Yep. It gives nobody a pulse. I want you to listen to the biggest pop of that night. It was when Alexa was on that fucking box, and Bray looked at her. She's looking at Bray. Orton's behind Bray, and fucking goosebumps, bro. The crowd on their feet, goosebumps from supposedly a dude that doesn't make you feel. Shut the fuck up, you dumb-witted dumb fuck.
37. It was
not you
guys.
37.
36. WrestleMania 37.
My point is,
the chat is saying.
Right. So what are we doing here, man? What do you mean he's the worst? That was the moment in WrestleMania that made you feel. And then seconds later, they fucked it up because Randy Orton beats him with one RKO.
Yeah.
Booking has totally helped to ruin this guy.
It has.
I don't want to
look at the Goldberg. Was it Goldberg? Yeah. Super Showdown. I went ballistic. I was in New England in a fucking car cutting that podcast, and I went fucking ballistic because I couldn't believe they would do somebody that fucking filthy. They didn't do Bray Wyatt dirty on that night. They did him filthy.
No, I've been saying that one match fucked him over for good. He never
fucked him over. And then they did the Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell bullshit.
Yep.
I canceled my network.
And then they did Randy Orton at Mania.
I legit canceled my network subscription after that. That was it.
Yeah. Remember that shit? That was
seriously.
Yeah.
So Bobby, we had a lot of mentions of Bobby Lashley here. Open challenge apparently is going to happen tonight. Who do you guys see Bobby Lashley going up against tonight, answering the open challenge? I know there's a lot of names out there. The one name that a lot of people were saying today, being that he lost to Carmelo Hayes and is no longer the NXT champion, is Braun Breaker. Who do you think is going to challenge Bobby Lashley for this open challenge at WrestleMania?
Whoever it is, Bobby can't lose.
Yeah,
that's the problem. So whoever wants to come out,
he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, so he got his sympathy win on Friday.
That's the wrong decision then.
Yeah, if the plan is to fix Bobby going forward, and that needs to be the fucking plan, he cannot come out here in the biggest stage in the world, issue an open challenge, then get his ass kicked.
Yeah. It better not be Braun
Breaker. From the hip
Breaker.
real quick? You want to shoot from the hip real quick, though? I think another question here is, as much as we love Bobby Lashley, and it sucks the way he's been booked because we know he deserves better, when he comes through that curtain, are you really going to give a fuck?
No.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
I said this,
WrestleMania, Bobby comes down and nothing.
And I said this last night, BC. I mean, I don't think Bobby Lashley is getting a fair shake like we talked about before. This man carried the fucking company on his back with the Hurt Business during the pandemic era. The Hurt Business was seemingly coming back together because Vince broke them up for no reason. And then all of a sudden that got dropped. How many times can Bobby Lashley get screwed? We had a clear direction for Bobby Lashley moving forward, and then all of a sudden he's going into the biggest WrestleMania potentially ever and no direction whatsoever. He's gotten the short end of the stick, and it's really, I'm not the biggest Bobby Lashley fan, but what he's been through has been fucked up.
Yeah.
I started caring more about Bobby Lashley when there were signs and signals of the Hurt Business getting back together. I started caring less about Lashley when I saw MVP going back to fucking Omos.
I think we get those answers.
And here we are.
Yeah, we're gonna get those answers at Mania.
Now we're talking about Bobby Lashley having a segment at Mania, which he obviously deserves. But the sad part is we're not going to give a fuck. Yeah. He comes through the curtain and we're going to be like, all right, here's 5 minutes of Bobby Lashley. Yeah. That's the saddest part, that he's going into Mania with nobody feeling any emotion.
Nope.
Do you think that changes, though, if the Hurt Business is back? Because
I don't like Hurt Business 2.0, though. Or negative 2, however you look at it. Because...
Let me ask you, because the only reason, because we were talking about Omos and Lesnar, right? And here's like the solution to that. They could have just had Lesnar and Lashley at Mania. They could have done the payoff here, and then you could have introduced the Hurt Business.
Yes.
Then you could have start building up the Hurt Business after WrestleMania with Bobby Lashley beating Lesnar, right? So obviously, hindsight is 20/20 every single time. WWE didn't book it that way. Whatever they have planned with Lashley in the Open Challenge, because I agree, people won't care due to bad booking. Is this a chance for WWE to establish Lashley as, going into a big push, like doing an open challenge and beating someone? Or do you guys think that maybe WWE gets to the point where Lashley becomes kind of like Jeff Hardy or maybe even Finn Balor at that time with Vince, where they were just putting over people on TV? Like, is this the point? Go ahead. No, I was just going to say, are we getting to the point where, like, now Lashley's going to be that veteran putting over talent? Because if you put in Braun Breaker over Lashley, you're actually harming Braun Breaker in the process. You're going to force feed Braun Breaker down everybody's throat.
Negative.
You know,
I do think, Angle, that you're probably correct on that. I feel like Bobby Lashley's going to end up falling into that. Remember when Finn Balor was under Vince McMahon? And he was just out there. He's the veteran guy putting people over. That's exactly what I feel Bobby Lashley's going to end up doing.
I think the goal, I think the plan, it looks like we were getting the seeds planted, was for a Hurt Business reunion at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
it was a slow build. We saw these guys. Dude, we didn't see this kind of shit with Vince, and we didn't see it with anyone, but we saw the Hurt Business in the background behind other promos talking to each other. Back when we saw the QR codes going on in the background, Triple H plants seeds and then let them grow. I think we were gonna get the Hurt Business back together. I think Vince came back and said, nope, we need Omos, and we gotta put him with Brock, and Omos needs his mouthpiece back, put him back with MVP. Because now where's Shelton Benjamin? Gone.
Nowhere.
Cedric,
gone.
Gone. Nowhere. Why were they putting them on TV and planting seeds and then take them away right before WrestleMania? Because Vince he changed the whole fucking thing. He put the kibosh on the whole fucking Hurt Business reunion. And that's why Lashley is floating in limbo right now.
I got rid of this for a reason, pal.
Yep.
Do we know which night that's going to be on? Night 1 or night 2?
Which one?
Lashley, yeah.
Night 2.
It doesn't say. On the list that I have here, the updated list, it doesn't mention him at all.
Just something.
I would probably say night 2 because night 2 is shorter than night 1.
Okay.
I'm wondering if we're getting Vince controlling one night and Triple H controlling another.
Bro, I said this a couple weeks ago. I wouldn't be surprised if Triple H is running SmackDown and Vince is running Raw.
Yeah,
that's the way it feels to
me. No, he's too. You guys have no idea, man. Vince McMahon is too power hungry. He's gonna want control over certain things. He's gonna have his blueprint on night 1 and night 2. You're gonna see it.
Yeah.
You're gonna know exactly where Vince had his blueprint, and it'll be on both nights. Well, his ego is too big for one night.
So if Roman Reigns retains the titles, then it's a Vince McMahon call.
Vince has got to have his hands in everything, man. Bloodline, man. He's got
possibly.
I mean, that's a whole fucking podcast. It's a whole different.
More
discussion.
interesting
I
than
could
Bobby
talk, I could
Lashley.
talk all day about that shit.
Yeah.
More interesting than Bobby Lashley is what is LA Knight doing tonight.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the rumor was that they were maybe bringing in Stone Cold for
Stone
that.
Cold.
I don't know. But
Imagine that shit.
His meteoric rise has been something that WWE I know is paying attention to. They need to address it immediately.
Yep.
Yep,
And I don't know what you guys have said on your platform, but Money in the Bank is in his future for sure. I mean, that's the guy right there.
Fit right for him. Yep.
He's probably the only guy that I haven't seen actually become impacted from losing to Bray Wyatt. He's the only guy I think, and I think it just goes to show you how much people love him because WWE Universe made it fucking very clear after he lost that they were going to stand behind him every week. And it's honestly a very refreshing thing to see because if WWE is going to ignore it, that's the biggest L they're going to take because clearly this guy, he can lose at WrestleMania in a quick match to Stone Cold and people will still get behind him. That's the best part. Like,
what's the same with Austin Theory where he got that failed cash in and everybody completely labeled him as Barry, but then they pretty much said, don't worry, Austin Theory will be taken care of. And they've taken care of Austin Theory.
Yeah, and that's a good segue, Jesse. We'll go through that match and then the IC title match, and then we got Bianca Belair, Asuka. We could just run through our quick predictions there and then get to the super chats. Austin Theory, John Cena. I know there's a lot of speculation that Cena may. This is from fans. This is not coming from an outlet or anything. Cena's going to win and then lose on Raw to some newcomer. I don't think that is the right choice at all. I mean, there's something great about a John Cena United States Championship Open, but nobody knows his schedule or what his schedule is going to look like. But this is Austin Theory's match. This is Austin Theory's title. This is Austin Theory's moment. Anything else besides Austin Theory winning the championship is a huge fucking mistake here. Or winning the match, I should say, and retaining the championship is a huge mistake.
I agree.
Yeah. I think just very quickly, you can have Theory beat Cena next night on Raw, pull up to the show, wrapped, shoulders wrapped, ribs are wrapped up. He got a little bumps, got kind of hurt or whatever. Then he could do an open challenge on Raw, or Adam Pearce could put him on a match, and then you could actually change the title, give it to somebody debuting or whatever. You could sell an injury or some shit too.
I'll go quickly here. Cena winning is clearly the more fun option, right? He does open challenges again, maybe does a little something for SummerSlam, then he can go make all the movies in the world, and it's more fun for all of us. Yeah. But it would shatter Austin Theory. He needs this W big time. Yeah. This dude was fucked up big time from that Money in the Bank debacle botch.
Yeah.
An open challenge for the United States Championship on a Monday Night Raw. That's how he chose to cash in the Money in the Bank. And then his excuse the next week in a pre-tape, by the way, with Corsten Booze, he says that it's because he was never going to beat Roman anyway. And then a few months later says, I want to win the Royal Rumble because I want to take on Roman. What the fuck is that? That's a hole in your story, buddy. And a lot of people are not going to call what he did a reset, by the way. He put down a cell phone. He put on a black jacket. That's not a reset. A reset is Dr. Isaac Yankem DDS turning into Kane or Smash turning into the Repo Man, right? That's a reset. This was a guy who put down his cell phone and he put on a black jacket.
Yeah.
So he needs this W tonight.
He does, man. And it makes no sense to have Cena beat him. It makes no sense. And not to mention, we don't know how much they have Cena for after WrestleMania, if they have him at all. Yeah. The guy's busy. He's just as busy as the fucking Rock, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Bianca Belair, Asuka, Raw Women's Championship. I'll start with BC here. I know you are just as animated as I was about this fucking build, bro. This story is non-existent. So much so that they had to go back and recapture Asuka's glory moments in NXT. I mean, what the fuck are they doing there?
Can they coexist?
Yeah, can they coexist? Yeah, can they coexist? I mean, tell me Vince is not a part of that. I don't remember ever Triple H booking a fucking can they coexist storyline on NXT. Bro, Asuka came out at the Royal Rumble, this new Kana stardom type vibe that she got going on, and then progressively over the last few weeks, bro, we start seeing that stripped away slowly but surely, man.
You know why?
Please tell me you've noticed that, BC.
It was, you know why, JD? It was working. And that's where Vince has to come in. Step aside, you doofus son-in-law. And take your idiotic daughter with you.
She starts dancing.
Step aside.
Shit dribbling down her chin with the fucking mist, bro. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching here?
Doofus son-in-law, step aside, right? That's what it was. I'm not even joking, though. In all seriousness, he saw this working, man. She was getting a push.
Yeah.
And Vince hates that. He didn't have control over that. And now you're seeing, can they coexist? And I love, you guys know, I love Bianca Belair. Or if you don't, you know, Bianca this is Kana Asuka's time, man. If she loses this, do you realize, guys, she's been on that main roster, what, 8 years, 7, 8 years, something like that. She has never won a WrestleMania. She walked in and lost her streak to the golden child, Charlie Flair.
Yeah.
She's lost every WrestleMania since, and now she's got the biggest push of her career, possibly. Was it flawless? No. But biggest. She loses tonight. What the fuck do you do with her?
Nothing.
This
And
was her
BC,
push.
I was with you up until when Asuka won the elimination chamber. Like, this is your new champion at WrestleMania. Over the past 4 or 5 weeks, I've changed my mind totally. I see Bianca Belair winning this and retaining the championship. Asuka is so fucking weak going into this thing, bro. I can't see her winning the match. And
so let me ask you,
what is she gonna do? What is she gonna do different than Bianca Belair?
True, but what do you do with her? I mean, at least you can. How do you pick? Like Bianca, there's victory and defeat. Sometimes she'll be fine. She's so young and so good, and you can come up with 3 or 4 storylines without a title. Kana Asuka, this is her biggest push, even though it's not been flawless or even near. It's her biggest. This is the Kana personality.
Yeah.
She finally showed Bianca that, no, I'm not here to coexist with you, motherfucker. And she took her dome piece off. So this is the best Kana we get, right? Asuka. If she loses tonight, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Tonight too.
If she loses, what do you do with poor Asuka? That's it, man. She's never won a WrestleMania.
Listen,
her biggest push just got done.
You make complete sense, bro. Look, Asuka makes the most sense. You know what I said?
Yeah.
I said this a few weeks back. Asuka wins, and then we get a draft. Bianca has done everything on Monday Night Raw. Throw her over on SmackDown and have her feud with Rhea Ripley, because Rhea Ripley's going to win the title tonight from Charlotte. Have them feud over the SmackDown title, and you got a SmackDown Women's Division of Bianca, Charlotte, and Rhea Ripley. They take care of that, and Asuka can reign on Monday Night Raw. And you set some top-tier opponents over there. Call up somebody from NXT. Really rebuild that division. I honestly think Bianca moving over to SmackDown when the draft happens, whenever that is probably the best thing for Bianca Belair and the women's division. So yes, I think Asuka should win. But let's
rock.
I can't.
Now, why the fuck did you just come out? You just spit that out in about 12 seconds.
Yeah.
And you got a boardroom full of dipshits that can't come up with something in 12 months.
Bro, this is
like we should stop.
This is what we do weekly, bro.
Kana, because I think we get Kana at the Rumble, but we haven't gotten Kana in actuality. We just got this Asuka bullshit.
No. Yeah. No. Now it should have been much better. And like JD said, over the past 5 fucking weeks, you slowly started to see it. Fucking like the downward slip spiral of a roller coaster, man. And I was like, no.
Hey, you know what the people would tell? Oh, she danced in Japan. I don't give a fuck what happened in Japan. This is the Royal Rumble Asuka that we got. I'm like, she wasn't dancing. She was out for blood. That's the Asuka we need, the NXT Asuka. And then she starts dancing and fucking spitting shit at Bianca Belair. That's a Vince McMahon move, no doubt about it.
That's why I can't stand the coexist shit. Yeah.
And go, who you got here, Bianca or Asuka, and why?
So honestly, I have Asuka, but I just want to make this very fucking clear, because a lot of people seem to fucking hate when I say this. Asuka's booking has not been good since she's been Kana. Like, I'm not really seeing like this huge progression for a monster heel character.
Who disagrees with that?
A lot of my people hate when I say this. I'm a huge Bianca.
Her W stacked up. I think that's why, Ango. That's probably why they're saying that.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I love Bianca Belair.
She racked up the most W's in her career.
Bianca Belair is one of the best on the roster. Okay, if I was WWE right now, just look at the women's division and look at the Bloodline storyline. We don't have a final boss in the women's division, and a lot of people hate that I say this, but we need to see Asuka just fucking dominate Bianca Belair very quickly, and then it needs to lead to Bianca Belair going heel, moving to SmackDown, getting away from Asuka. If you really, we need to go. It's going to be insane. But guess what?
SummerSlam.
When Bianca turns heel, maybe you even turn the Street Profits heel, because they need a fucking little refresh too.
Yes, they do.
You can do something really fucking cool there. I'm just saying. That's why I told you guys in the beginning of the stream. I want to see what happens and how they reset going forward, because no more excuses after WrestleMania. If Triple H is running WWE, I want to see some change. I think that leads with Kana, Asuka dominating Bianca. It doesn't have to be 30 seconds, fucking for crying out loud, but have her dominate, make this lead to Bianca going heel, doing a different character, put her with Street Profits, whatever, move her on a different show. Now let's establish Asuka as the final boss of the women's division. No debate. They need it in the women's division. Let's start building other stars who aren't Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, right? That's the way to do it.
Please, yep.
Jesse, who do you got? Bianca
tired of Bianca Belair, man. Am I the only fucking one? I'm just tired of. She's swinging her hair, smiling, shaking her fantastic ass. I mean, good God,
it's not even her fault.
Beautiful.
I mean, they just refuse to change and evolve.
Yeah, she just needs. She was such a better heel. She was such a bitch. I loved it, man. Loved it.
So who you got, Asuka or Bianca tonight? You don't know. Okay.
If I'm gonna take a stab at it,
yeah,
I'll say Bianca. They have not treated Asuka well. I think they'll go with Bianca.
And then we got the IC title match. We'll end with this, and then we'll get into the super chats. Intercontinental title, Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus. I'm looking forward to this match. Honestly, second to everything that we talked about so far. Obviously, the tag team title match number 1, and this is number 2. I loved what Gunther and Sheamus did at Clash of the Castle. I've been saying this for months. This has been Sheamus's match. This has been Sheamus's moment. I don't mind that McIntyre's involved at all because that match at Clash was great. McIntyre being added is only going to make this better. Gunther. Now, I don't know. This is where people disagree sometimes, but Sheamus winning the IC title, I think everybody agrees with. I would actually have him pin Gunther to win the IC title tonight because Gunther right now is absolutely bulletproof, and that's the story.
Yep.
McIntyre's only a little asterisk in the story, but him pinning Gunther tonight is what needs to happen. That's his Mania moment.
Let me tell you something. If Gunther loses, then that's Cody's next opponent right fucking there.
For SummerSlam, possibly, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cody and Gunther. Yes.
But how? How do you have Gunther lose at SummerSlam?
Well,
Yeah, that's a good point, too.
Because he would have to lose.
Keep
Yeah,
them
he's
away
gotta
from each
lose.
other for now. Keep them away from
Yeah,
each
you have
other.
to keep them away.
Keep
I
'em
we
away.
would love to see it, but you have to keep them away. Yeah.
You have months to build him up even more as a just an insanely unbeatable heel against Cody. He can beat the shit out of Cody for the next couple of months,
And then he
SummerSlam,
loses?
and he's gonna have to.
Oh.
lose.
No. See, that's the
Dagger
problem.
to the heart.
That's why people are losing momentum, though. They build up
Yep.
so well only to fucking
you,
lose
yeah.
when it matters. See, the thing is,
Ango, good point,
people,
Ango. Yep.
bro, every single person I ever see on the internet talk about how wins and losses matter, my counter argument is that they don't. Because historically, we have seen people win, and then when it actually matters, they fucking lose. So the solution to this is keep them separated for a really long time. It's like how I was talking about Cody and Seth. You know, you could revisit it, but do it later. Right now, have Gunther lose. There's nothing wrong with that. He's not fucking bulletproof. You can have Imperium cost him or like be the reason why he loses, or you got the fucking triple threat. You know, you could do something to logically make it work. Have him lose and then watch him rebuild as time goes on. Maybe, you know, go crazy backstage after the match. You can do some stuff to make him still look dominant and still look strong despite losing. It's triple threat. Then
keep in mind though. I don't mean to cut you, but
No, you're
we're
good.
talking between now and SummerSlam before having Gunther lose again. That's 4 or 5 months.
yeah, but wait, so what, you're gonna have Cody win the championship or have Gunther go for a championship in 4 months and then it's a short reign and then people will sit there and argue that Cody's buried, you know? Oh, they fucking ruined him.
If Cody's winning the championship tonight, he needs to hold it till next WrestleMania.
Yeah. That's why.
Minimum.
That's why I was saying
Yeah.
having Gunther lose at SummerSlam, but it's not like we're having Gunther lose at WrestleMania and then the next. There's like 4 or 5 pay-per-views between now and then.
So do you guys think, because I would say there's a greater chance that Gunther actually retains over Theory retaining. I don't think they're going to keep the mid-card titles on the same guys. Like, I think one of those titles will have to change hands at WrestleMania, so which one would it be?
I got Gunther keeping the title, bro.
Yeah.
Gunther
Do you
keeps
really?
it. Yeah, I have him just
That's
literally
a
coming out.
That's a hot take, I think.
I have him literally coming out one of those physical matches of the weekend. I have him showing the world, especially the casuals that still do exist, that this guy is real, man.
So
Pay
you think
attention to this guy,
he's breaking Honkin' Tonk Man's record?
I want, yeah, and I don't even care about records. I care about Gunther being booked to be a beast. None of this, oh, I didn't get pinned, but I lost my title. I want Gunther to come out of one of the most physical matches of the weekend as a household name.
Yeah. To be fair,
I think Gunther has been built as a beast. I don't think losing to either one of these guys would diminish that, but I think WWE's priority and their loyalty right now in this moment is with Sheamus and his dedication to the company. I think they give him this spot at WrestleMania.
and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I know earlier we talked a little bit about Money in the Bank and LA Knight. I don't think Gunther needs to win a world championship by becoming Money in the Bank winner. So you can actually give LA Knight the Money in the Bank briefcase and have Gunther go into SummerSlam as Intercontinental Champion.
Well, you guys are forgetting King of the Ring is in May. He can win King of the Ring, and that's tailor made for him.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know,
There you go,
Gunther's
man.
King of the Ring.
And
Gunther wins.
right,
And they
General.
get
Do we-
shot at Cody at SummerSlam?
do we know what King of the Ring is going to get this time around? Are they going to get the stupid ass gimmick where they walk around on TV with the crown, or are they going to actually get something valuable this time?
If Vince is in charge, yeah, but if Triple H is in charge, they should absolutely get a title shot at SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. It should
Okay,
be.
there you go.
But, well,
And that's
we'll see.
that's Gunther staying on top, not getting pinned at WrestleMania, winning a King of the Ring, looking dominant through the summer months, and then at SummerSlam getting Cody, and then taking the L because Cody needs to stay champion. But I don't think that it's a bad look on Gunther at all. As a matter of fact, that won't be the last time they face each other either.
Yeah.
You eliminated Gunther real quick, though, man. Just took a few months after WrestleMania. And that's probably the lead guy to face, because now you're just regurgitating Seth Rollins, correct?
Probably.
Who else
Who's-
is left for Cody?
Who's the next top heel after Roman? Do we have a clear cut idea?
I would say.
I don't think there is one. Gunther, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
he could be that guy. So let's not ruin that opportunity to make sure, because Roman's going to be part-time. You're going to need that ultimate bad guy on TV. Let's do it the right way. Keep him separated from the world title for now. Keep the IC title on him if you want, or get rid of the IC title off of him. It don't matter. He can still do important things. Just keep him away from Cody or Roman, the world championship for now.
And are we forgetting Roman at SummerSlam? Is he getting his rematch then? Roman's gonna just go away? Maybe he comes back at Cody at SummerSlam.
Who knows?
Yep.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ways they could go about it. But I'm taking Sheamus. You got BC's got Gunther. Angle, who you got? Sheamus, Gunther, Drew.
The fans. Gunther,
really.
man. Gunther. It's going to be a banger, though,
Sheamus.
honestly.
I think Sheamus, man.
Ooh.
I think Sheamus needs that IC title because he's never had it, and they've made it important to him. And Sheamus has been a shining light for WWE at times when they didn't expect him. And he's been a company man, and he's always been there putting on fucking fantastic matches. I think this is Sheamus's moment at WrestleMania this year.
Match of the weekend.
Yeah.
Possibly. All right, guys. Let's get into the super chats quick, and then we can get the hell out of here. Enjoy the rest of WrestleMania weekend. I got some DMs in here from a couple of people that I'm very friendly with, and they said that this is absolutely the best podcast that we've had all weekend so far. So
this is awesome. We have to revisit this right here.
So there you go. So I appreciate BC and Angle for being here. This is a long time coming. And I'm glad you guys showed up big time, man. We had upwards towards 3,500 people in here.
Wow.
Holy
That's
shit.
awesome, man. That's awesome.
Guys, please hit the thumbs up. Please go and subscribe to BC. If you guys are still here, go subscribe to Jesse and Ango. I'll give you guys the floor to tell everybody where you are. We'll get into the super chats and then get the hell out of here. Ango, you go first.
Yeah, I'm everywhere at Ango. So on YouTube at Ango, and Ango.live is my website. So if you just want to have everything there, but pretty simple, just Ango.
BC.
I'm the opposite, guys. I am nowhere. I am just here on the tube. BC Amplified. Only subscribe if you want to. Much love and appreciation to everybody. That's all.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Guys, I am new-ish. I'm like the rookie around here, man. Find me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, and I'm constantly updating what my content will be. Right now, I am definitely doing ROH stuff, more or less watch-alongs and things like that. I gotta go out of my way to not do the same content as my partner above me. So the things he does not do, I try to pick up myself.
There you go. Appreciate you guys. Michelle Moran, $2 super chat. Do you think Jay costs Roman his titles tonight? Quick.
Yes.
BC.
What? I missed it. What?
Does Jay cost Roman the title tonight? On night 2?
No need for it.
Jesse.
No, I think it's important that Roman loses clean.
Yeah. If Roman does lose clean, it would probably be mental that he thinks the Usos let the bloodline down, and maybe that gets them. Maybe that's
he ain't losing, man. He ain't losing. Spoiler alert, he's going on.
I'm going Roman. I'm still going Roman.
Yeah, it's Roman.
Prince J, thank you for the new membership, brother. Appreciate you. Dave Melee, $4.99. My boy BC with JD OTS with Red Team Go.
Red Team Go.
There you
Dave
go.
Mealy's one of my tried and truth. He was up in here. What up, brother?
There you go, brother.
That's my boy.
Phil with a 1999. The crossover is legendary. Been watching Angle for years. I love BC, and obviously JD and Jesse are the best. All of you are inspirations and the reason why I started my own podcast. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, Phil. Much love, brother.
Phil.
WTF Boy 199. BC, Jesse, JD, take my money. Let's get amplified, he says. There you go. Love the energy.
Amplified.
Love the energy, man. Costa the great Greek. $5 super chat. We got an IWC super group. Do you guys have a favorite super group, music or otherwise? Ooh, that's a good one. Angle, I'll start with you. Favorite super group, music or otherwise?
I would need to think long and hard. Not enough time.
I'll throw one real quick. My super group. I'll take the halftime Super Bowl show we got with not this year, but with Dre and Eminem.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah.
That was good.
I'll take that one.
Yeah.
BC, a music connoisseur? If so, a favorite music band or otherwise?
I'm 80s Coke rock, man. I'm an 80s guy.
There you go.
That's the best music to me, man.
Motley Crue.
There you go. And me,
There
you
you
guys
go,
know,
man.
you guys know me
Yeah.
and my alter bridge, man. I wish they were playing at WrestleMania for Edge tonight, tonight, but not gonna happen. WUJ Money with an 8 months. Thank you so much, brother. BC, your voice reminds me of Daddy Magic. LOL.
I love Daddy Magic. Daddy Magic. Guys, real quick, I know we're trying to get through this, but Daddy Magic is a character. He doesn't get enough love over in AEW, man.
Yeah.
He is such, he brings back Macho Man vibes, man. The way he looks, his mannerisms, his facial expression. Daddy Magic is the fucking guy, man.
1%.
Yeah, there you go, Justin.
Gaming in real time, 7 months. Thank you, brother. Hey, everyone. My gosh, BC is energetic as fuck. I love it. The tag team match needs to be main event, no questions asked. And you got your wish, brother. It is the tag team match confirmed by WWE tonight.
Salute.
Angel,
let's do this. Previews and predictions for all fucking pay-per-views. Well, at least the big ones.
This is not going to be the only time we do this shit. Believe me.
Awesome.
Angel Alaga, new membership. Thank you so much, brother. Tay the Savior with a $4.99 super chat. BC is right. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley is not the main event, nor should it be. Give it to KO, Sami Zayn versus the Usos. You got your wish, Tay.
Oh, no. Her name is no longer fucking Charlotte, bro. He pops me every time. Now. Every time he says Charlie, I fucking pop for that shit.
I like that. I usually just call her the android, but whatever. Charlie's good, too.
That's all I know her by now. Charlie Flair.
Raymond Jimenez with a $1.99. This is like the biggest IWC collab. Surreal OTS for life, he says. Thank you so much, brother. Phil with another $9.99. I said since the Rumble, it should have been Charlotte versus Asuka because of the streak broken at WrestleMania 34 and Rhea versus Bianca, point blank. Love the energy. Can't wait for Mania. Stay safe, y'all. Yeah, I actually was thinking that was going to be the case, but they went the other way, and Triple H or Vince or whoever thought Charlotte and Rhea Ripley was the better story, but, neither one have played out at all. Jeremy Harris with a $10 super chat. Unbelievable. I never thought I would see JD and BC together. What are we drinking? Coffee to get amplified. Love you, gentlemen. The best of the best. Listen, I love my Dunkin', man, but in the summer and spring season, man, I love my Starbucks, but I'm 50-50 throughout the year.
Bo, for JD, this is my ninth of the day, my man. I had 5 Starbucks. This is my 4th Dunkin'.
Bro, this is my third. This is a cup of this ice espresso, bro. 3rd cup today.
Fuck yeah, man.
I got to get it in. Jeremy Harris, thank you so much, brother. Angel Lago, 20. Hi, JD. Good to be back. Had some issues. Don't want to get into it, but love Roundtable. And you 3 are the best in the business. Besides, can't wait for WrestleMania. Thank you, Angel. It's going to be a great night tonight. Jerry Ramey with a 10. If Cody wins, would you see the possibility of Sami taking the WWE title off Cody? No, absolutely not. No. Sami's day has come. It may happen somewhere down the line, but he's going to be a tag team champion at the end of tonight. Paul David with a 5. Bottom of the second, Yankees 1, Giants 0. I don't know what that is right now, but BC, I'm sure, is filled in on that. Paul David with a 5. Thank you, brother. Bruce Kraft. JD, could I come on camera for 750 on another day?
Ew. Man.
No, thank you, bro. No, thank you, man. Tommy Brannigan 5.
Nobody comes but Veer, okay?
Naomi is still on the roster page, JD. Thank you, Tommy. BC had brought that to our attention. That could mean something. It could not mean much of anything, but
it just means her date is not officially up. I think they've already came to terms on a release, or she's done, but her date, just like Sasha, is not up yet.
Yep.
That's a public legal page, so that has to go off. Otherwise, for legal reasons, they could be fucked.
The website.
Same thing. That's why Mercedes was done 24 hours after. What's that?
The website is a legal entity for them?
Legal, yeah, it's a public page. They're actually promoting a wrestler on their public page, and they've actually gotten much trouble for that before.
Really?
That's why yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I actually can't believe that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Rathuel with a 5. Do you think Finn Balor brings back his old theme as as a one-off since he'll be the demon? Maybe. I mean, I'd love for him to do that. I mean, I love that entrance, so it's going to be great to see that at WrestleMania.
Everything demon must be turned for us to get the demon effect. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
The script keeper, $10 super chat, JD, BC, Ango, and Taco Man. Can we please do this once a year? This is the best of the best. I'm a fan of you all. Listen, this is one of many, hopefully.
More than
script
that.
keeper.
Let's
Thank you so much,
rotate
brother.
it for each channel as well.
Yeah. Tay the Savior, the 199. If either man wins, I'll be fine. Yes, I do agree. Roman or Cody. Prodigy RKO with the 19 months as the Mount Rushmore of the IWC between you 4. Think that 3 men will be placed this weekend. A, Jay White, B, Randy Orton, C, AJ Styles.
Jay White.
Randy Orton's going to be there. It's been pretty much talked about by every outlet. Jay White, I do believe, shows up on Monday. And AJ Styles, I'm not really sure what his status is, but I guess we didn't talk about that, guys. You see Jay White showing up either tonight or tomorrow.
Yes, he's ending WrestleMania, baby. My fantasy booking on Twitter blew up. He's going to end WrestleMania 100% with the Bullet Club. It's fucking happening. The invasion's happening.
I mean, Angle, I said this on Friday, too. I don't know if I actually caught you saying it, and then I kind of ran with it, but I could see that being the adversity that Cody Rhodes has to overcome.
There you go.
Maybe.
I don't see. So, at what angle do you bring Jay White out at WrestleMania for it to make sense?
I'll tell you. Okay, here you go. Very quickly, Cody loses. Roman wins. Cody loses. He was this fucking close to winning. He's looking at the crowd, kissing. Oh, I'm so sad. Whatever. Fucking copyright thing comes up. It's like the old NXT takeover days. You think WrestleMania is over, and fucking Jay White and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson attack him. And that's how they fucking end WrestleMania. And then for every single person that says you have to Google Jay White or the audience won't pop, it don't fucking matter. In 2019, Triple H planned a Bullet Club invasion with everybody before AEW started. This is on record. It was public knowledge that they wanted Bullet Club to take over the summer. This is the second best thing when the Bucks and Kenny are gone. They're in AEW. It's fucking happening. Is it really happening? I don't know, but there's a lot of money. And this is the adversity that JD's talking about. It's 100% right there. You can build up.
After all of the star-studded shit and events we have going on in 2 nights of WrestleMania, what do we have to pop the Raw after Mania crowd if we just blew Jay White at WrestleMania?
Jay White opens up the show. Jay White and the Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson pop off with the promo. Cody.
That's not a surprise anymore. What's
correct? So there is no surprise. You don't need to do surprises. You could have Riddle and Randy and whoever, this person, that person, NXT call-ups. But this right here is your story for the summer.
The surprise debuts has always been the Raw After Mania special, though.
You know? It wasn't that big last year, and the year before.
Raw After Mania has been shit for the last few years. So
hold on, let me get this straight, guys. Jay White is a big enough name in the pro wrestling world to end WrestleMania 39.
Doesn't have to be a big enough name.
But you're saying he's ending the weekend.
He doesn't have to be a big enough name. It's an invasion angle. That's it.
I think it makes more sense.
Gallows and Anderson were just getting thrown over the top rope with a pair of fucking cookies apiece.
WWE wants you. They want you to forget that. Hey, they want you to forget that. They want you to forget that.
No,
just like they want you to forget about Omos and everything else. Come on, bro. It's okay. True. As long as you forget, it's okay. We could do whatever the fuck we want.
Very true. I think
Jay White coming out to interrupt Cody's speech.
On Monday.
On Monday.
That'd be cool too.
Is the play.
Yeah.
Spice Benz reacts. Not 199. A dream collab, man. BC is like JD's brother. Jesus Christ.
I get that a lot too, JD.
I know.
Yeah, we're a baseball cap and a beard, and all of a sudden we're brothers.
He lifts more. He lifts more than I do, much more. So,
are you a coffee yuppie like this fucking guy?
BC is a fucking coffee show. What are you talking about?
Oh no, not drink coffee. Coffee drinking is fine.
Bro, the last time I hung out with JD, the last time I hung out with JD, he was telling me about a Starbucks factory or some shit.
Yeah, it was the roastery in Manhattan.
With
I had the menu. I showed him the menu.
I'm looking at this menu salivating. It was fucking amazing.
There you go. Next time you and I get together, that's where we're going.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Spice fans, thank you so much.
Coffee
Prodigy, Mount Rushmore IWC between you four. I think I just read that one. I'm sorry. Nick Williams, $5 super chat. BC had some passion. Nice to have him on the show. Love to see him collab with JD more often. Thank you, Nick. BC is always passionate on his show, so make sure you go head over there when he's live. Coast of the Cray Cray, $5 super chat. You could technically still have a brand split. US and IC could be the brand championships, and the world title can be a world title solo. I like it. I mean, I've been calling for that forever, but I don't think that's actually going to happen. I don't know. Not today, Jay, with a $4.99. Have Damage Control lose and have Io and Dakota turn on Bailey. They've been teasing it for at least a week. I mean, I think Damage Control needs to break up. Bailey needs to go solo. I wouldn't mind that at all. But we will see what happens tonight. Legend of Fold with a 10 times 2. Respect from the UK. The wrestling version of the Illuminati. I love it. My boy BC and JD. Jesse Ango up in here too. Okay, stay blessed. Thank you so much, brother. Cody Snyder with a 5. BC, you got a new subscriber. What a lunatic. I love it. There you go.
Salute.
Hologram with a 5. I'm homophobic, he says. Yeah, most of us are, bro. Thank you. Alex Perez with a $4.99. $4.99 to say I was a Jinder Mahal fan too. Okay, get him out. Get this guy out.
3. That's 3.
Come on,
that's
man.
3. Yeah.
Fuck
Jimmy
yeah.
Fingers 19 with a 2019 Super Jack.
Jimmy Fingers.
Can I make a suggestion? Can you guys make this a yearly roundtable for Mania? This is an all-star game. This is more captivating entertainment than all wrestling companies combined. No Wheeler Yutas or Action Andretti's here.
Hey, did that super chat end with a 19?
Yes, it did. 2019.
I love it. Jimmy Fingers is so consistent. Jimmy Fingers 19.
Jane Donnelly with a $3.99 leaves a super emoji coffee YouTube emoji con. Thank you so much, Jane.
Jane Donnelly, much love and respect.
Already dead with a 20. JD, what's good? Not much, man. Gonna watch Mania in a little bit with another coffee. That'll be my 4th and maybe 5th by the end of the night. Who knows? Script Keeper with the 5. I know what illness sent Bray home. Actually, fatigue and illness. He's sick and tired of Vince McMahon.
That'll do it.
I got the
That'll do
inside
it.
scoop on what that is, but I've talked about that a little bit on the show. Wednesday, Adams with a $100 super chat. Happy to see both JD and BC get along. We always got along.
Banger bomb.
I don't know where this narrative came from that we don't get along. I don't understand that.
Nah, just play it up.
We're not supposed to have the same opinions.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I'm taking shots at you, JD.
I know. I get it every now and then. Oh, BC took an inside shot at you indiscreetly. I'm like, no, he didn't.
You want a piece of me?
Fuck out of here. Cold Phoenix with a 19 months. Hey guys, just wanted to say I absolutely love all of you. Seeing all 4 of you guys come together is amazing. It should happen more often. Thank you, Coiled. Phil with a $4.99. WWE love hates when guys like Knight get white hot. You have to, in this case, and Money in the Bank is the only correct answer. Yeah, I think he wins Money in the Bank. And yes, Vince doesn't like when you get over on your own accord. That's a pet peeve to him. Yep. Parker Nova with a 5, which is a crime. Asuka is great. Yes, absolutely. Legend of Fold. Please don't say they do my wife Asuka dirty. Please no. I don't know, man. She may win. It makes sense for her to win, but we'll see. I hope that they don't do her dirty. Red Storm Pro with a 5. Question for JD and BC. Who's winning the World Series? Braves or Yankees? Great roundtable. You should all do this more often.
Yankees because fuck the Braves.
Tigers, baby.
Listen, man. I didn't even predict the Braves to win their fucking division after the year the offseason the Mets had, but you know, stranger things have happened. A lot of people are saying the Braves are like number 1 or 2 in the fucking league. I don't see it yet. So we'll see what happens.
Test.
I kind of see it, man. I kind of see it.
Do you? I don't know.
Yep.
But with the injuries the Mets have, maybe.
Well, you know,
What I got to say?
No. You're right. No, that's see. This is what we did that time at the bar, man. And we spent an hour on the fucking baseball topic. Yeah. And I fucking neglected everybody else that was trying to fucking get a picture with us and shit.
Oh, that fucking event was terrible anyway. I told a couple of people the whole thing that made that thing was you and me sitting down drinking beers.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. That's all I came for.
Yeah. Parker Nova with a $2 super chat. Also, the collab the people asked for. Yes, thank you so much, brother. Lauren Marie Hutton, $2 super chat. Do you expect a Orton return this weekend? Absolutely. It's been reported. I do think we see him either tonight or tomorrow.
Why is Fluffy on the pre-show panel?
He's been involved with Snoop Dogg in the WWE Championship that got stolen for the last few months. It's stupid, but yeah.
BW Rosas with a 5. If you want to blame Vince booking for WrestleMania on anyone, blame Bruce, who has Vince texting, calling him with Vince booking ideas. Yeah, well, I mean, Bruce is basically Vince when Vince is not there for sure. JB with a $5 super chat. You guys should do this round table for all the big pay-per-views. Just keep tuned to everybody's channel, man. We'll see what happens in the months to come. Jack Brewer with a $2 super chat. BC amplified on this stream. BC was amplified on this stream. Yes, he was. He's always amplified. Always. Andy with a 2. Screw the Yankees, Braves, go Guardians. Thank you for this.
Wait, what is a Guardian?
The Cleveland Guardians.
What the fuck is a Cleveland Guardian?
That's their new team. They're not the
Indians.
Indians.
You mean
anymore.
the Indians.
Oh,
okay.
that's right.
Yeah.
Right. They're the fucking Indians because I said so.
Indians.
Fuck out of here with this stupid shit.
Yeah. Omega Kong with a $10. This is awesome. I subscribe to all of you, BC and Angle. You got a new fan, OTS for life, and middle finger salute to Vince forever. Thank you, Omega Kong. Thank you for the support on Angle and BC. Ash, $1.99. Ready for night 1? Give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. We're all excited for it. Tino with a $1.99. JD and BC, the LeBron and MJ of the community. Oh, my God. Look at this guy.
I better be MJ, bro. Fuck LeBron.
Oh, my God.
Who's LeBron?
Kai
LeBron's
T.
a beast, by the way. LeBron is a beast, but I'm an old school MJ fan.
Kai T with a 5. Kevin Owens taking Charlotte's main event spot 2 times in a row. Yeah, he did it last year with Stone Cold, and it was the right move then. It's the right move tonight. Lauren with a 5. Cody, Edge, Lesnar, Sheamus, Asuka, Shayna, Ronda, surprise. Orton returns in main event. I guess thank you for the predictions there, Lauren. Jason Barker with a 5. What do you reckon we call this 4-way as a band? I don't know. What the fuck would our band name be? I don't know.
Distraught.
There you go. Ahmed with a $4.99. BC and JD are the MJ and LeBron of YouTube. Oh, look at that. Another comment. Look at that. D'Angelo Hayes, $2 super chat. Salute to the Avengers of the IWC. Thank you, D'Angelo. Legend of Fold 10. JD, that mother's basement is iconic. Salute to you. Omas. Ha ha ha. Billy Davis, first time super chat, $4.99. Love what you do, boys. Shout out to Ango. Thank you, Billy.
Ango.
Woo.
DC Lanier, $1.99. Good to see BC with JD. Team Red go with a muscle
Red
emoji.
team go.
Big 4L, $1.99. Where's Veer Mahan? Hair was amazing. He's got fucking glorious hair, man. And a beard to match. Omega Con with a 5. BC, go Yankees. You think we going to win the World Series this year, and you guys are the 4 horsemen.
We'll see. Aaron Judge, first at bat, home run out of the park. Well, not out of the park, but it was it's Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
You don't got to go out of the park. First at bat, JD, bro. This dude had his
Really?
form, dude.
Well,
Bro, I mean, it was a beautiful swing. That thing stayed in the air like a 747.
he's got that brand new contract. That's what he should have did.
Yeah, he's jacked up now, man.
Zay the Legend, $4.99. This is awesome. This podcast should be the main event for the IWC. Y'all guys are great. Thank you, Zay. Brandon Gulage, the 20. Cheers, JD and BC. Jesse Ango. Thoughts on Randy Orton getting involved with WrestleMania this year? Red Team Go. Best wrestling podcast on YouTube.
Go.
On YouTube. Also, JD, what are you drinking tonight? Coffee, brother. Coffee, Brandon. I don't really drink alcohol during these shows. I won't be awake. Ricardo Little, $4.99. The 4 Horsemen of the IWC. I'm loving this collab. What the fuck are you gents drinking? Thank you, Ricardo. I'm sure BC and I are drinking coffee tonight. What are you guys drinking? Anything?
Coffee.
Anything special?
Nothing.
Jesse? No.
Strawberry apricot Red Bull.
Ango's all business.
Yeah, all business, you know. Just no, honestly, bro. I gotta wait till after Easter, then I could drink. So
Okay, there you go.
yeah.
B-Love, $9.99. BC, what's up? It's B-Love from Missouri. I'm in LA for WrestleMania. Hope I don't get kicked out of SoFi. Hurt business for life. Think BE, live, amplify.
Think, be, live, amplify.
Oh, B-Live. Okay, there you go.
B-Love, hopefully you have a good time, man. B-Love, rock it out. I hope you enjoy Mania. Stay amplified.
Anthony Bain with a 5. Ilya joins Imperium. Imperium replaces Bloodline. No, I think Ilya is somebody that should be solo and battle Imperium, to be honest with you. I'd love to see Ilya and Gunther again.
I second that.
Michael Partham with a $1.99. JD seems as chill as a stoner when he's next to BC. Man, you know how many people fucking tell me that they hate me because for the way I am on my show? Meanwhile, this is exactly how I am in a setting with actual people that I enjoy. I am not the way I am on YouTube, which I hope that you guys...
Can I just tell a story here?
Yeah,
One of
go
the
ahead.
chillest guys you will ever meet
ahead.
in this world, if you ever have a chance to, is JD, man.
He's actually
Like,
fucking
legit.
boring in person, dude. He
The
is.
chillest fucking guy. And I'm literally this way in real life. I'm an amplified son of a bitch. So you would think we're water and fire, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But it works.
He's really fucking boring. And I am way more outgoing than this fucking guy we hang out in real life, dude. He's like fucking boring, man. Come on. No.
I mean, Ango and I walked it when we were in Vegas. We were walking around. We seen bums fucking hanging on the Vegas Strip. We were just chilling, and we were with a couple of people. Grim was out there. I was drinking some fucking weird concoction outside on the Vegas Strip. I mean, we're all chill. It's just I don't know why people get so worked up.
Hey, that was the first time I ever had a pina colada daiquiri. I don't give a fuck what anybody's got to say. That shit was
Listen, man,
amazing.
that shit's allowed out there.
We were hanging out on the west side by the United Center, and we're just walking to the bar and shit. And I'm like, you gonna walk home from here? He goes, yeah, I'll just walk home from the UC. Like,
Come on, man. I'm from the Bronx. Of course I'll walk home. I don't fucking care.
You took a fucking
yeah.
Uber, didn't you?
Huh?
You took an Uber back home, didn't you?
Yes, I took an Uber back home.
You did not walk your ass from the west side from the United Center.
No, we
back to
walked
that
most of the
Airbnb.
way. Yeah, me and the camp walked most of the way. But like when it got really late, yeah, I took an Uber.
Yeah, that's what I thought, bro.
DB for life. Super Chat. BC team, Red Team Go. Cody has to win.
Go.
WrestleMania is a bigger event than SummerSlam. Gave the thumbs up button and the Macho Man elbow. Oh yeah.
The Macho Man. Damn it, I want to go for the top. Yeah, Elizabeth, get over here.
I'm
Much
looking
love
for
to you
Daddy
guys.
Magic's nipples.
Jack Crow with a $2 Super Chat. I am a gender fan too. There you go. 4 gender
Four.
fans.
We got
Yeah,
4 Ango.
fucking fans. I cannot
Ash
believe he has 4
Sims.
fucking fans, man.
Ash, I'm surprised. Ash
What's
Sims
up,
with
Ash? How you doing, Ash Sims?
$5 Super Chat, no message. Eclipse, $5. The Usos in Solo turn on Roman. He takes a hiatus and then returns for his revenge. Actually, Roman's not going anywhere. He even said so himself. What else we got? We got a hologram with a 5. Dunkin' Donuts says BC makes caffeine nervous. Old Bobby Heenanism, LOL, OTS for life.
Love it.
Eddie Brash, $2.20. Best collab of the year. Red Team, go. Nate, the head of Talent TV. What a week this was. Impact and New Japan was great. Ring of Honor was great. Raw, AEW, SmackDown, great. WrestleMania will be great. BC, you got a new sub.
I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Salute.
Nate. While Wally P Tech with a $4.99. I'm amplified. I'm OTS. Thank you, brother. Tyler with a $1.99. You should do a collab with Solid Monster as well. Listen, man, I work with Solid Monster every month at House of Glory. He prefers his solo thing. If I hit him up, I'm sure he'll be on here. Ryan Heisler with a 5. I started watching BC. What happened, Jesse?
I need something from BC real quick.
What's that?
Your thoughts on the new Super Mario movie?
Well, the person playing Mario, first of all, threw me off. But I'll give it a try. But I'm an old school Nintendo dude, so I'm watching this son of a bitch. I'm hoping it's really good. I'm not a big video game dude, so this speaks to me probably more than others. So I mean, I don't mind it. It's a little odd to me.
A lot of people are very vocal about that movie. So
Yeah. Well, they're trashing it, right?
yeah.
But what's the main reasons?
Mario's not Italian, I think.
Same thing I just said, right?
Yeah.
Like the lead kind of threw me off.
Who's
But
playing
you're
Mario?
gonna
The guy
watch
from
it, right?
Jurassic Park, right?
Pratt,
Yeah,
something Pratt, right?
Chris Pratt, I
Chris
think.
Pratt, yeah.
But it's the fucking Mario Brothers, so BC's gotta watch that, man.
I can't wait.
Ryan Heisler with a 5. I started watching BC, then I got recommended JD and Angle, respectively. Love you guys, BC. I hope your acting is going well. Love BC and JD's truths. Thank you, Ryan. You
Appreciate
acting
it,
now,
brother.
bro? What are you doing acting?
No, that all shut down with the pandemic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Edward-
We're in New York City, man. We always take on these jobs and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Edward Lou
pandemic shut that
with
down.
with a $4.99. Will Bray ever reveal the Wyatt 6 or ever get a real chance in WWE? Now that Dutch Vincent are back in Ring of Honor, what can Bray really do? Love you all. I don't know, man. And it's anybody's guess, really. I think the Wyatt 6 is fucking in the past.
That's a question
JoJo
mark
is
this
getting the
weekend.
Wyatt 6 right now, man.
Yeah, really.
Because now it's going to be hard to rekindle the Wyatt 6 after
Yeah.
it's just been debunked. So
Yeah.
Lauren with a 2. Happy birthday to Randy Orton. Happy birthday to the Viper. Heisenberg with a 279. BC and JD are literally twins. It's unbelievable, man. Kern Cluck with a 499. What if Sammy costs Cody his match in a big swerve like it was all a final test by Roman? No. I mean, we're well past that, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
No.
Courtney Ward with a 199. BC and JD together. My WrestleMania is complete. Thank you for the support, Courtney. Marquise, new membership. Thank you, brother. Wally P Tech with a 499. This podcast might be better than WrestleMania. Yankees for life.
yes.
Thank you, Wally.
Pinstripes.
We got Silver Black with a 5. Had to take a BC break from work. Thank you, JD Ango, Chi-Town, and BC for this collab. Is the forbidden door of the IWC. Red Team, go.
Red Team, go! Silver
Jane-
Black, much love and appreciation, brother.
Jane Donnelly, 199. Jesse, try a bubblegum daiquiri. They rock.
Damn,
Let's
that
go.
sounds good.
What the fuck I look like? Hold up. Bubble gum.
That actually sounds pretty good, no?
I'd have one. Zay the Legend, 199. Y'all the best. Who wins for the IWC title? I don't know, man. I'll give it to Ryan Satin. Courtney Ward with a 199. I'm at WrestleMania
fruit
right now
roll-up.
representing Red Team. There you go, man.
Team, go!
Listen, guys, I appreciate you all hanging out tonight. I appreciate you guys joining me on this. This was better than I had anticipated. Before we get out of here, quickly run through where they can find you on social. And tonight, if you guys are doing anything, and then we'll get the fuck out of here.
We did that already, didn't
Yeah.
Again. you
All
know,
right,
who
all
gives a
right.
shit, man? It's about
Well-
promotion.
We'll make it quick for everybody. I'm
Yeah.
on YouTube at Ango, on Twitter at AngoPW. Really, that's all you need to know. Simple as that.
There you go. BC, you going
It's
live
ju-
tonight?
It's just BC Amplified on YouTube, and that's all I do, guys. It's subscribe if you want to. I don't really push that. I'll always be the little ECW channel, and I fucking love it that way.
Angle,
I'm going live
You're going
tonight.
live tonight, right?
Yeah, of
Tonight,
course.
this motherfucking board, we illuminate in this bitch,
All right.
and we're
Angle's
gonna
going
put every
live.
match into the good, the
BC
bad, and the ugly tonight, and I'm gonna
BC's
rip this
going live.
motherfucker apart.
If
need be.
Go live. I'll be live. Jesse, what are you doing tonight?
I'm gonna go live too, man. I'm gonna sit. I got rid of my kids
Watch
for the
along.
night. So
But I'm
gonna-
different though. I'm doing a watch along though. Yeah, I'm not going live later on. I think JD, you're doing
I'm
after,
doing
right?
a live.
Yeah,
live stream.
post-
Jesse, you
post
doing a
show.
watch along?
I'm doing a watch along as well,
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
But we'll be
All right,
we'll be
guys.
hanging out. Nothing crazy, nothing special. But if you're watching the show and you just want some insight, come hop on over. Join me at Chi-Town Smart. Bounce on over to BC as well, man. Come back and forth. We'll be hanging out, bro.
There you go.
That's what I say. Come
appreciate
in and
you
out.
guys
Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Chat, thank you so much. You made this as special as I had ever thought. 3,500 people in here. Enjoy WrestleMania tonight, and this won't be the last time you see us four right here collaborating on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy WrestleMania, and we will all see you tonight after WrestleMania 39.